introduction to the whole thing. We are going to... Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure. You should scoot. I'll move his scoot a little bit. Come here, buddy. There you go. You have to be in the shot. There you go. You're in the shot. Okay, so this is a new thing we're going to do that we're going to start a whole channel on. We're going to call it Smoke Jam. And we're basically just going to get high and talk about the NBA and what we think and all that stuff, because we're all pretty... Like, to give you an idea, we're going to do... where's my little book? We're going to do introductions in a sense. My NBA introduction is I started watching and... Like, the Bad Boys is when I actually gave a shit. Not the Bad Boys, sorry. The Going to Work Pistons is when I gave a shit about basketball. Because, you know, young life, I didn't have much time to watch TV. For one, I didn't have a home most of the time, so, like, having a TV and stuff was not something I had.
Yeah.
So having access to see the pit, like, I knew about Jordan and how badass he was, but he wasn't a Piston. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew who the Bad Boys were. I knew they won a championship. I was old enough to understand that.
We already hate the rest of the Midwest.
But I knew I hated Jordan.
Yeah.
That's all I knew. I hated Jordan. And so I didn't want, and he was killing it. And then the 90s, I hated Kobe because I had friends who were like huge Kobe fans.
Yeah.
And then 2000, I started watching when the Pistons were good again. Started watching that. I watched them win the championship, paying attention. Again, I'm fair weather in the sense that I'm the type of person that feels like there's only so much limited time in life.
AKA Fox the hater.
No.
Typically.
Only so much time in your life. And I'm not going to give a bad product my eyes. I don't watch bad TV shows. And I'm sure the fuck ain't watching bad basketball. You know what I'm saying? But now we're back at a point where I see, like, the Pistons have their whole... They've done some decent... Like, the Blake Griffin thing made me even stay away even farther.
You're already on a tangent, sir. You're already on a tangent.
Justin, would you like to introduce yourself to Jackson? So let's get into it.
All right, go ahead.
I guess my first introduction to basketball was my dad. My dad played semi-pro basketball. So, like, basketball, that was a real big thing for him. And then, you know, he started grooming me, like, 5th, 6th grade to play ball. I played middle school. I played in high school. So, fairly extensive experience playing basketball. I've been watching basketball since middle school. Favorite team is the Spurs. Always has been. Always will be. Favorite player is Tim Duncan.
Always has been.
Always will be. Always will be. Like, I mean, best power forward to ever do it.
We'll have that episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much about me. I mean, me in a nutshell when it comes to my and I'm Justin. My basketball experience.
Justin, aka Baby Mama.
There you go. That's gonna flip a lot of people's mind. Like, what the fuck?
Shit. Well, I'm Josh, aka Birdbath.
Yeah.
So I didn't play much basketball growing up, but when I was a kid, I did play some, like, you know, gym ball and shit like that. Pick up 3-on-3, 5-on-5, whenever I could fit in. But my big connection to basketball is my brother is special needs, but the one thing he can pick up on is every stat in the NBA. He can tell you every contract. He can tell you every number. So I wanted a way to talk to him, so I made sure I diverged myself into this sport that I just got addicted to. I was like, oh, there's drama. There's just, like, so much shit going on behind the scenes in the NBA that makes me acclimated to it. I really couldn't care about actual sport of it, but it's the sport with the most drama.
This is true.
And I love that. I love that. It keeps me in touch with it, all of that.
Yeah. And I also feel like...
Rockets fan, too.
To touch on that, I feel like it's kind of like when you think current social media, I always feel like basketball is more...
Well, you see, it's
basketball basketball players are more on the pulse of, like... Current, yes.
It has to say current.
Yes.
I'm not current, but I do see from the outside looking in that they're putting more effort into making it more equitable.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
As in, you're gonna see a female coach.
Yeah.
And when it comes to something like coaching and basketball, it doesn't matter if you have a dick.
Well, I hate to compare, like, the female to male in like a ratio to the black community to the white community, but they've been on the forefront of both of those things for a very, very long time. Because, thank you, Justin. No black people, no basketball. Like, let's be fucking real. That shit would have been dead in the 80s. Like, Like,
I will not argue that point.
like, thank you.
I will not argue that point.
And I don't want to compare those types of situations because they're different type of plights and struggles, but they've been on the forefront of both those things.
No, I know, but they're also doing it. There's more black coaches. They're in every
yeah.
aspect. That's my point. Is you
Absolutely.
see it to where it's more. It looks like more like real life than.
They got Dwight Howard out there who is a self-proclaimed power bottom. Like,
Is he really?
yes, that is a true story.
Oh, all right. Good for him.
Are you serious?
That is a real thing. He's been exposed by a few of his past flings and stuff like that.
I remember the jokes going around.
And it was brushed over. Like, no one cared. They're like, he can still, like, put up 10 and 12, though, right? Like,
I remember when, I think it was when he was joining the Lakers. He was out with an injury, and matter of fact, that's what it was, because he was with the Magic, I think, or somebody like that. And he had
Rockets. He was still on the Rockets. He went from the Rockets to the Lakers.
Yes, and they said he had an injury, but they would never like be specific about what the injury was.
Yes.
And when it finally came out, I believe somebody said it was a glute injury.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear
And
that.
so, matter of fact, let me.
That's no Ant-Man thing, right? In the penis.
Oh, God. And then the boys.
Anyways,
That makes
This is a mature show, by the way.
yes.
This is
Very mature.
So,
Very mature.
so yeah, you didn't play much. You play it all.
Yeah. I'll shoot around. Honestly, I got a shot on me and I can defend, but I can't run. I can't run that long. Like,
And that's the thing, yeah. Basketball is for in shape people.
I got me a
That's one of the
layup
reasons
and a
why I don't
shot.
play it no
Dude,
more.
I
I
haven't played in years. It's just never been.
See, I'm that kid who hasn't played in like multiple years and will still hit that court and just be the most cocky prick on the court.
Let's see.
I used to play in Chet's backyard when I was living at that house, and I would actually, me and my friend Shelby, who used to play college ball, we would take on a different couple randomly at bar nights when we closed the place down. They'd talk shit, we'd talk shit back. They'd come back to that backyard court, and we'd play with flashlights in the middle of the night. We're undefeated, like 13-0. Hammer drunk.
Wow.
And they're like, oh, this guy's the big guy. He's going to play power forward or center. He's going to try to body something. No, I'm the point guard.
So to complete an introduction,
Game changer.
I'm Steve or Fox. We'll go by Fox. Fox is probably my best bet here.
Because I ain't going to ever call you Steve.
Or Turkey.
I forgot his name earlier.
Look, I'm trying to tell you. I ain't going to never call you Steve.
And then we
It's
got
gonna always be
Justin.
Fox.
And what do you want to be known as?
Josh or Birdbath, I don't care.
All right. So let's go with your favorite player right now. In the NBA, has to be current.
Favorite player to watch is kind of how we're describing that.
No, just like okay, because everyone has a favorite player. Not because you have your teams and everything, but you have your favorite player. Like who would you go to a game to watch? Like the guy that you're like, they're coming to town. I'm gonna do my best to get there and see it.
Ja Morant. He's so fucking exciting.
He is.
Like
He is.
just his fast breaking, his slashing abilities. He reminds me of a more athletic young Derrick Rose, and that's such like a outlandish statement in my head, but I
Right.
still can't compete with it. Like in my internal
Right.
argument.
Derrick
That
Rose,
kid is
youngest winning MVP.
hungry.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah, Derrick Rose was something else. But to go to that, okay, so who's the best player in the NBA right now?
I think it's between Giannis and Luka. I don't know which one because they play different games and on different conferences. They don't compete that much against each other. It's between Giannis and Luka.
Okay.
But Ja Morant's so
Say
explosive,
one.
so entertaining. Giannis, I'm going to go with the easy answer. Giannis.
That's what I was going to
Proven.
say.
It's fucking
That's what I was
proven.
going to say.
We'll go to you next. Who's your favorite player in the NBA
Giannis.
right now?
No favorite.
He's your favorite.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yes. Nobody on the Spurs is doing shit.
No, I know, but I mean,
They just got rid of Murray.
Right? And you see what the fuck he did as soon as they let him go.
Talk shit. He's like, Atlanta, let's go.
That's it.
I don't disagree.
I don't know what the fuck the Spurs got going
So
on.
Giannis
right
is
now.
your favorite and best player right now?
He's the one person that I enjoy watching the most in the league right now.
I don't like watching the best player. I think it's pointless. I hate when they verse like the Magic or the
Well, I
Hornets or something like
mean-
that and blow them out by 40. It's bad basketball. I don't like to watch that shit.
Agreed. But
2.5 quarters, I love
the
it.
things that Giannis can do
Nuts.
and the way he makes defenses look, like, bro,
Should have been defensive back.
man, come on. Or he could have been a wide receiver. Oh my God. Can you imagine him as a wide receiver, bro?
You know how many missed passes in the NBA he's had?
I mean, sometimes catching a football is easier than catching a basketball. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
How about you? Who's your favorite player?
All right, I'm gonna go. Well, my favorite is probably right now just Steph because of the shit. You know, it's Steph.
Of course.
I like Steph.
You like the shoot?
That's fair.
He likes to be shooting.
And I like
Yeah.
the way he moves, like the things he does on the court. Because he's not. Obviously, he's taller than me and bigger than me in every way.
And not by much.
Yeah, by a couple inches.
He's my height.
You
Yeah,
might have
that's
some pounds
still-
on him though.
I do
I was
have
about to
pounds
say,
on.
yeah, you got the
maybe
pounds.
not much though, because you've
Yeah.
slimmed, but
I
he's
still
gained too.
Because I'd say Steph Curry's probably 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Might be a little less.
Yeah, I think he'd be more like 190. I think he
Maybe
probably
190.
He says he's 200.
When
He
I was gonna
says
say
he's
that-
6'10".
And that's the thing about it. They lie about all their stats, so you never know who is
Yeah.
really what.
So, and I agree with you. The best player in the NBA is Giannis. I don't
We're
think.
all on the same point there.
Well, I don't think Luka is old enough yet. I think Luka,
27-year-old Luka's gonna be a fucking problem.
if he stays healthy, yeah.
This is the
Because
argument.
again, that's everything.
They're
to do
in
with
Dallas with the
everything.
best
Oh,
health
no.
people.
I know, but it's all
They
lost.
revived Steve Nash's knees. Do you know how fucking hard that
It's
was?
so lost.
we weigh about the same. I weigh 178. He weighs 185.
Really?
Yeah,
Steph's
he's
only
big.
180.
That's what
70.
this says.
I could beat Steph in a fight. Is probably what that means.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you could. Shit.
All right, so
And then he's shorter than me also. He's 6'2". So he is shorter than me.
to finish the introductions, what's your all-time top 5, dead or alive?
I don't want to go first on that.
I'll go.
Wait, are we going position two?
No, just straight up top 5.
That's
Straight
how,
up
I'm going to have
top
to do mine by position. Because that's how I rank players.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. They play different.
Because you could be a really, really great power
I'll take it.
forward, but you're never going to be Michael Jordan. So like being great overall, I don't think should take away from being great at your position.
Oh, you were thinking Tim Duncan versus MJ. I see how this came about.
Yeah, but you could consider again. It's about the
So
debate.
we're
No,
going shots
hold
right
on.
Yeah, of course.
It's about the actual debate on who the best is. There's a legitimate argument that Tim Duncan on any team is just as valuable, if not more valuable, than Michael Jordan.
And that's true, and I would argue that.
So
Like,
you
after having
can,
watched
so if
him-
you want to put him as number one, that's your fucking choice.
But he's not.
Why?
Because at the end of the day, the one thing that Michael Jordan had that I wouldn't inherently say that Tim Duncan had was that clutch factor.
That
Like-
the fucking
Tim Duncan
eye.
was reliable at the end of games, but Michael Jordan took games over.
There's also players who are worse than Tim Duncan that have that eye as well. Like
This
Damian
is true.
Lillard is someone I rank
Yes.
way below Tim Duncan.
Way below Tim Duncan.
But if the game's on the line, I would put the ball
I'm
in
passing the
game,
ball to Dame.
not Tim.
He got more game winners than anybody that's currently playing now, don't he?
No, Kyrie's got him beat.
It's got to be close.
There's one other player. No, it's not Steph because Steph is terrible in the clutch.
Yeah, Steph. I was about to
But
say.
Kyrie specifically,
I'm shocked that they won that. Well, I ain't shocked that they won it, but I expected him to play much better in the final. I was about to say.
well, they had the best starting lineup and the best bench. So
He
it just happens. And the best coach in the league.
Either way, I'm just saying, I could see the argument of people saying Duncan's the second best player ever.
No.
I'm sorry, the way his teams won.
Tim
and
Duncan
they were
has a
always-
hard time grazing my top 5 or top 10. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and see, that's the issue because
What
it depends
power
on
forward's
what
in
you.
your top five?
It depends on
Any?
what you look for. Charles Barkley.
Technically, LeBron's played power forward.
Yeah.
True. No,
But
true.
I know, but he's still
In that same sense, technically, Tim Duncan plays center.
Absolutely.
and probably small forward at times.
Absolutely. I don't think I put a power forward over Tim Duncan, but if we're talking top 5 positionless, Tim Duncan's definitely not my top.
I feel you.
That's fine.
feel you.
But that's what it is. It's positionless.
And then the thing about it-
That's the whole point.
The thing
Different
about it
lists.
is-
Those are different lists for sure.
Yeah.
And that's why I brought up what I brought up earlier because he would be in my top 5, but
Well,
he would
then save your
probably be
position.
4 or 5.
How about this? Save the position one for the next one. Come up with
No,
top
that's what I'm
5
saying. I already know this. You're asking me questions I already know. I know my top 5.
That's fine. I don't.
That's why I'm giving you time to figure out.
Because I don't know many power forward centers in my head. There's I guess it's just.
It depends on how far you want to go back.
You go. It's
Will?
fine. Well, yeah, I would put Bill Russell. Probably Wilt, Hakeem,
Yeah.
Shaq,
Yeah.
and maybe throw
Doc-
Giannis in there because of the future potential.
Dirk. Don't discredit Dirk.
Dirk was a power forward.
Oh, we're talking centers?
Yeah, center.
I mean, but even still, though, Dirk is
Will,
probably,
Russell.
Dirk is
Ray
probably
Allen.
I
It's so
just
deep.
said that.
It's so deep.
But that I gave you my top. It's Bill Russell's top.
He's a top
regardless,
center
though.
all time over Kareem.
He had 12 fucking rings.
Against who?
Doesn't matter. He still won 12 fucking rings.
Against the guys that looked like me.
No, they're still good. Either way,
And that Celtics team, they had a
you put him in
monopoly
the-
on the NBA.
you put him in the same league with Wilt. Wilt doesn't win as many. Period. They all split him. He's just as good as all. He was from what? Because I listened to this dude talk about because he just
Best
died.
defensive player of all
I'm
time.
mad at the Dirk slander.
What about Dirk? He's a power forward.
And Dirk is probably the best shooting big man of all time. What
I
do you
don't disagree
mean?
with
Cat's
that.
making a claim though.
Cat's making a claim nowadays.
I agree with that.
But that was the
Yeah.
initiation of the stretch four before that was even a thing. Before they had a name for it, they just called him a shooting power
I'm like,
forward.
name
Now it's a
another
stretch
big
four.
that shoots. Name another big that shot better than Dirk.
Yeah,
Can't you just literally?
You can't.
maybe Kevin Durant.
Although once we get to my most improved player,
Technically, he's not a big.
Yeah, I know he plays
He's a
small
small forward. He just
Once we
plays
get to my
when they
most-
go small ball.
once we get to my most improved player, and when we talk about that, that's when I'll bring up who I think is the next modern Dirk.
All right, so
Okay.
we given my favorite team's the Pistons. Obviously, I'm a hometown.
Boo, boring.
It's I don't care enough to not care. I just don't care enough to put effort in other teams. It's
They're gonna be
it's just-
exciting.
I've dealt with
Well,
this
there
shit,
obviously
and
has never been another team that
Interesting.
resonated with you because I was about to say because
Well, Golden State does just because I like Steph.
The
I
big
like
one.
watching Steph.
That's cool.
I know, but they're not my favorite team.
that's how
That's
it
my
was.
No,
favorite
but you have to
player.
have your supplementary one for when the Detroit Pistons get bounced out of the playoffs this year in the first round.
Oh, I'm always.
That's how it was for me.
I'm going.
New
with
Orleans
Luka.
sucked, so
I like watching Luca.
I never had any inclination or any reasoning to watch the Pelicans
Yeah, but
because
I
they
did.
sucked. And it just so happened that around '97, when I was just starting to learn basketball,
Tim Duncan.
that's when Tim Duncan got drafted. And my dad, who is the biggest fundamentals guy, that's his whole thing.
Dude, him and David
He's
Robinson.
drilling it in my head, bro. That's who you want to watch. You're gonna get tall. You're gonna get tall just like him. You should model your game after Tim Duncan, and that was pretty much what I did in middle school because I got my growth spurt early as hell. I was 6 foot by the time I was in 8th grade, so I'm just like Tim Duncan, barely jumping, just
Okay.
literally just fucking positioning and footwork.
But here's another crazy thing about this whole situation is we have 3 different generations here in a sense of access to the NBA. When I was a child, when you're talking about seeing Duncan and all that stuff,
Yeah,
I was graduating high school.
right.
So when I was that age, we're talking it's the Lakers and the NBA is big, but it's not nearly there's no internet for. Well, I don't want to say internet. There's in small town Holly, Michigan. If the Pistons aren't winning, people don't fucking care about basketball. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was only the Pistons in every sense of the word. Obviously you hated the Bulls because they're the ones that took the Pistons out in the bad boy era. But compared to him, he's in the generation ahead of you
Yeah.
in every sense of the word, where he has access to so much information. By the time he's that age, Jesus Christ, how do you pick one team? And
Mine
who'd
was
you pick?
simple. My team when I was younger is I'm a diehard sports fan. When I pick, I'm so stubborn. I'm never going to switch up.
Yeah.
It's every sport
It's
too.
the same, dude. I've been a Lions fan since I was
I've been a Colts fan
For
since
20
Peyton Manning.
fucking years,
I've been a
man. You did
Colts
my
fan
life.
since Peyton Manning, and I love Andrew
that makes
Luck.
sense though.
Yeah. And for the Tracy McGrady Rockets,
Right.
one of the first games I remember seeing when I was younger, I'm sure there was a few before that, but is when he just tore up Popovich's defensive game plan.
Yeah.
And dropped 13 in 37 seconds just on the dumbest shots that should have never gone in.
Yeah.
That whole sequence is one of the most nuts sports moments ever, and people don't give it credit. And I got to see the tall ass Asian dude Yao Ming, and it was just exciting for me as a kid. I was like,
Yeah.
that guy doesn't look like a real person. Tracy McGrady doesn't look like he's from this planet.
Yeah, he was something.
He's looking
Wait,
over here
jumping through
and
the
this way.
fucking room.
Well, my theory, he got to see two defenders at the same time because he was so cockeyed. You know, that helps. You can handle that whole right wing if you can see both ends of it.
Lord.
Am I wrong?
All right. So we're about halfway.
A menace.
We've got an idea for this show. We're gonna try out. We're gonna do a little contest. It's the beginning of the year, so we're gonna do the Eastern Conference champs. In a sense, regular season, not playoff. Eastern champs, the Western champs, number 1 seed. We'll say it that way. And then we'll do MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year,
Most improved.
Improved,
Got someone I want to talk about.
and 6-man.
Oh shit! I forgot about 6.
That's the awards, right?
Yeah.
Has it been that long since he was that clutch?
Yeah,
Who?
probably has.
LeBron.
Anyway,
He hasn't needed to be.
all right. So what we're gonna do is
They're down by 30.
we're gonna give you ours today and lock them in stone. We'll do a contest where if you want to join, you subscribe, just leave in the comments your choices.
Make a presence.
Make your choices, and if you get any of the choices right, at the end of the year, if any of your choices are right, you'll get a gram of weed for each choice.
Ooh, gram of weed each choice, fellas. You
Sent
hear
to
that?
you wherever you want.
Can't beat
Your
that.
risk.
Cat
I'm not
approved.
putting
Right.
a name on it where it's
It is
going back.
legal here. It is up to you to decide if you're willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
Depends on the state.
There you go.
So also keep in mind when I say this, we're gonna get the whole situation set up to where you can go to the other. We'll actually hopefully push over to its own website because I think this one. I mean, I can do playlists in here, but he's already got it all set up. So we're gonna use Josh's YouTube channel as soon as we can. We got to get 50 subscribers over there. So figure out a way to get can you put it in a link or put a link in the comments?
Oh, absolutely. I got you.
So follow that link and give your choices. All right, I'm gonna go first because I want to. I'm gonna
We've been waiting on.
I'm gonna take a leap on the Eastern just because I'm a fanboy and say the Pistons.
Okay.
That's your ECF? That's your... Okay.
No, not final. That's my number 1 seed.
You
Oh,
feel like
one
you're
seed.
one
Oh,
Yeah, we're doing
Number 1
one
seed. Because playoffs, we'll do the same thing in the playoffs.
They
All
better
right.
get that.
So
Okay.
keep in mind all this. We're gonna do this every episode for the first couple episodes. We're gonna do this whole contest and explain it all again. So
Each time, yeah.
be prepared. But we're gonna do this till the All-Star break, and then we'll shut it off at the All-Star break, and then we'll do another contest at the end when we have the seeding and who's in the playoffs, and do that. So that way,
With it.
Yep.
With it.
All right. So for Western, I don't know. That's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go Clippers.
Ooh,
think
man,
I'm
he's
just gonna-
going 2 dark horses.
I think I'm going to say the Clippers. I think Kawhi's going to come back and put up enough effort to get them to a point where they can just coast by the end.
First time a team has had a healthy John Wall and they wanted to play him too.
That's another thing too. You add John Wall to that mix, and they're both healthy.
Even if he's
You
60%.
stumped on my picks.
You picked the Pistons too.
No.
That's crazy. All right, so
I didn't pick the Clippers either,
for
but
MVP, I'm going to go with Luka. I think Luka is going to do some shit this year that's going to make people look. I want that.
if he ain't won the MVP off of what he been doing, he ain't gonna win it.
What did they do?
We'll see.
He been carrying that Memphis team, and he been doing it with triple doubles and
Dallas.
shit.
Boban,
Dallas.
sir. Boban. You gonna fucking discredit Boban? like
He
that?
is, dude. Did you not see him in that?
I'm not discrediting.
Man's got
Boban.
State Farm commercials because Chris
I'm
Paul.
not discrediting him, but let's be perfectly honest. Like, that's Luka's show.
Also, Dinwiddie was putting up 24 on the bench in that second.
That's
half of the year.
Luka's show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if,
we know that.
if he ain't contended for no MVP yet,
It's because
what next level is he gonna take it to?
second seed.
Which one of the two people last year was he beating? Him or Embiid? Or Jokic or Embiid?
Yeah, if he gets into
Neither.
the second seed, then I think they're
Which
gonna
one of them
top
is he
him.
gonna beat this year?
Potentially both.
He
Oh.
could.
Luka
It's
just
a
turned
long-
23 or
It's
24.
my choice. I could go with the easy pick.
Okay.
I could go with Giannis.
No, this is the argument we have all the time because he has all his faith in Luka,
I
and
love
I just
Luka.
don't.
Okay,
I'm not as sold.
All right, so
I'm not saying he's not going to be a star.
We'll go
but
there. We'll go there. Luka will be a conversation in future
A
episodes.
bunch of episodes.
Yeah, because there's time.
He'll have to be because I mean
Focal point. He's a focal point of the NBA.
He is balling. I give him that. He is balling.
So rookie.
I legit only think there's one option.
I can't tell you nothing about Ricky because I don't know none of these motherfuckers. So
You know who the Pistons drafted though, right?
yes.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about him.
Just pick him. I don't think it's
That's
too
who I'm
many
gonna have to
different-
pick,
just pick him.
right?
Just pick him.
Because I don't know nothing about
I
nobody.
don't think. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Chet.
I don't usually watch rookies.
I'm gonna go with
Think it's
Chet.
gonna be Chet?
I'm gonna go with Chet. So defensive player of the year, probably Giannis. Giannis reasserts his dominance this year because he.
Or maybe
like,
Kawhi
I
does.
think he could, but I think Giannis is better, just because he can cover every fucking position.
Kawhi can too.
I know.
I can too.
But yeah,
Right.
can Kawhi cover Giannis?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah. In that last series, he held them to
Hold on.
like 22, which
I was
is
about to-
amazing. For
I
him.
don't think Kawhi is going to play enough.
He's
games
not gonna hold him
Kawhi.
I won't go to say he'll hold him for a full game, a full 4 quarters.
He held him for a series. What you mean? When he was on the Raptors, he held him for a series.
Yeah.
He ain't help.
Of course, he had help. So did Giannis.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, to say that he gonna hold him the whole game, I mean, that's like one-on-one, like old school, like
Giannis only averaged like
that's
22,
my man
23
type
points a
shit,
game.
like they used to do in the NBA. Like they don't let you do that no more. Where you just straight up, oh, this is my man. I'm going where he go. I'm
No,
gonna go
ISO
right
is considered bad basketball.
now. Yeah, you can't do that no more.
which is good. Actually, I think it's good for the sport.
I mean, I get that, but also too that that is good for the bragging rights.
Okay,
and
but
the
you're
talk of
taking the
shit.
easy answer, Giannis.
Yeah, I'm taking an easy answer on that one. I'm taking a hard one on most improved. I'm going with Bagley.
Oh, okay. No, I like that pick.
6 man in a year. That's a tough one for me because I really don't know. You know who I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with who's that fucking dude that was in Brooklyn that's now not in Brooklyn. The
Let me
short
tell you who
guy.
gonna win.
Brown.
Bruce Brown?
Oh,
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown.
Because where'd he go? He ended up in
hold up. I don't know. That wasn't my biggest focal point of this offseason was figuring out where Bruce Brown
No,
was.
but he ended up somewhere like Utah or something like. No,
You
no,
notice
no,
that-
Denver.
You notice that
Okay.
80% of his picks are Pistons players or former Pistons players.
No, the Piston probably is irrelevant.
He only had one.
Bruce Brown is a former Piston.
Well,
player.
Bruce. Oh, I guess yeah.
And Bagley. Yeah, I only had one. Bagley.
You picked the Pistons.
Only one.
Yeah, that
player.
was just because I'm a fanboy. I already said it.
I got one player.
I
on
don't
Pistons
care
on
who
my
is the
list.
East. If it's not the Pistons, fuck them. With the West, I give a little more care
Not the
about.
Pistons. Fuck.
I'm a hometown boy type.
I
shit,
see.
man. I don't. So 6 man a year. I'm gonna go with Bruce Brown because I think when you put him with Jokic off the bench, he's gonna be one of those dudes that's gonna do a lot of shit.
Okay.
You know, I think he make sure he went to Denver before I look like an idiot.
I'm working on my list really quick because I didn't have 6 man, but I already know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to Denver.
Yeah. All right. So that's mine. Who's next?
Shit, I'm ready.
Okay.
So I think the championship. My original thought was the championship because I was thinking about playoff exposure and playoff experience because that definitely plays a factor. Like a 6 seed with KD is better than a 2 seed with John Morant. Like
Yeah.
that's just how I think about it in the playoffs.
There you go.
I don't think these are going to be the 1 seeds, but my championship.
No. It's 1 seed.
You want 1 seeds. Okay.
Championship is when we figure out who's with. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when the playoffs come. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 seed in the East is going to be the Sixers.
Okay.
1 seed in the West is going to be the Warriors. It's going to be the Warriors. I hate that answer, but
I hate that answer.
it's
as well.
coached so well, and they're so deep. They're so damn deep between the young players that they've drafted throughout these years. Like they literally had a 1 year down year and used every asset they could to make that a positive year. And then the Sixers, honestly, y'all say what you want. James Harden lost weight for the first time in his career. I'm excited as fuck. Like
Fox, have you seen that picture of him?
that man lost 30
He looked like a
pounds.
crackhead.
Yeah, he do.
Yes.
He's about to be so damn fast.
when I tell you,
he's so damn fast.
fly off the fucking court. Yeah.
He's about to jump out of the building, so I'm excited for that. As
I
those
mean,
1 seeds, I
that
do
would be
have the
interesting.
Heat going to the finals, though. The Heat is my pick to go to the finals out of the East, and it is the Warriors out of the West.
I like that.
MVP. I'm not going to take Luka because he already did. That was my pick as well because I think that man's about to average 32, 8, and 10 or something like that.
Okay.
But I'll take Ja.
Okay.
What we saw him do with just carrying a team on his own shoulders, even in the playoffs, and then like literally that team exceeded every expectation
Okay.
off of one fucking kid. And then when he went off the bench, the mentality that he left with those guys that he's with got them to win those games as well.
Yeah.
You can see the hungriness. You can see all that shit. So he's my MVP. Defensive Player of the Year. I have Jonathan Isaac of the Magic. This is going to be his first full year back healthy.
A new guy coming back.
Jonathan Isaac. He's on the Magic. Can't hit a jumper to save his goddamn life.
No, but he does have good defense.
Clamps.
Yeah, he does have
clamps
good
like
defense.
crazy. And it's all game, and it's full court defense on like power forwards and centers, like not giving a shit.
I can see that.
My other pick was Robert Williams, but I don't think back-to-back Celtics Defensive Player of the Year is going to happen, even though that kid does deserve it at some point.
If he's healthy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of foot and knee issues.
My most improved, I was actually between two people because John Wall, who you already mentioned, I think is going to have the comeback season of all time. I think he's going to have one of the best comeback seasons of all time. But since he didn't play a lick barely last year, you can't really count him in the conversation. So I'm actually going with Isaiah Stewart, who was already a amazing defender in the paint as well as just, like driving to the lane, just like contesting for balls, just playing hard. And now he's learning a jumper in this offseason from Cade, Jaden Ivey, even Killian I think is going to give him shooting help, even though I don't like Killian. But I think he's going to have a great year. Beef stew, baby. And then my sixth man of the year is Dinwiddie. If he had a full year with the Mavericks last year, sixth man of the year was on lock.
Dinwiddie?
Lock. Spencer
I
Dinwiddie.
mean, he's
Yep.
having like 24 points coming off the bench, wasn't he?
On top of like 7
What's
assists.
your rookie?
Yeah.
My rookie of the year, I'm going with Jaden Ivey.
Really?
Yeah. No. Sorry. I skipped that. I like Jaden Ivey. Paulo Banchero.
Yeah, I thought so.
Who else is getting buckets in the Kings?
Okay.
Not Kings. Orlando.
Magic, same thing.
Same
team.
There you
Same
go.
fucking team. I don't give a
Basically
shit.
the same thing. You're not even lying.
Yeah. Come at me, Sacramento and Orlando. What's up?
I mean,
Win a game, we'll talk.
Neither of them has been shit for years.
Who's your number ones?
Despite some back and forth, for the East, I think it's gonna be Miami. I agree with you. I think
Is there time?
yeah, I think it's time. Jimmy buckets.
I think they're gonna get I think they're gonna load up with what's his name from Utah, and if that happens,
That would just be that would just.
They-
Well, as my
they-
one seed, I'm going with the Sixers. They're in the regular
I'm with
season.
you
They're going to fall apart.
because I was about to say because the Sixers are going to be top 3. That's guaranteed. And to be honest, it'll
Well,
probably
we need
be
to
Boston too. It'll probably be Boston, Miami.
so is Miami your
And-
number one seed?
Yes.
Okay.
Now you got to talk and explain and don't do
No,
me
sorry,
like that.
no, that's not what I meant.
Oh, you
'Cause he-
keeping track?
Yeah, I'm keeping track, and
Okay.
he had said something
I'm just.
that made me think you might not be your number one.
No, Miami is my pick for number 1.
Okay.
I agree with him when he said he felt like they were going to come out the East.
Yeah.
I think that as well.
Yeah.
And I can go ahead and tell you now that leads me to my MVP because I think my MVP this year is going to be Jimmy Buckets.
Ooh, that's a
gonna play in
hot
the regular
take.
season.
Bro, I think we finna get a full year out of Jimmy Buckets, and I think he finna get.
He's pissed. He's just
Yes,
pissed now.
he just
He's
upset,
hilarious.
bro, and he got a point to prove, and I feel like we about to see that point being made.
Get
That's just me.
Get your bucket.
Now for the West, sad to say, I think it's gonna be Phoenix again because at the end of the day, they have no fucking defense, but they can score 130 pretty much consistently. So unless you can score 130, you're not gonna beat them.
Chris Paul retires. Do you still say that?
No.
Yeah.
No, because as much as I don't like him, he does add something to that team. As much as I don't like him.
It's something.
I mean, I don't like him. I'm not going to give him the proper credit.
He's the best leader in the NBA right now.
He is. Fuck him. Because it's Clippers and Spurs, bro. I hate Chris Paul.
That's fair.
Not to mention he is a dirty player, bro. He likes to punch people in the nuts and shit. I don't fuck with that. As someone who has been punched in the nuts before, I do not condone that. It is
Not a
not
fan.
something I would wish on my worst enemy.
As someone who's accidentally tapped his nuts with his
Yes!
hand and
Yes!
felt pain for an hour,
Yes!
I do not condone that activity. All right, so Jimmy Buckets, who's your rookie? You don't.
Ricky, I just have to go with somebody, the guy the Pistons drafted.
Jaden Ivey.
Because
No one's taking him?
I don't usually look at rookies because to
We
be
got 3 different
honest,
picks on Rookie of the Year. That's cool.
you're not gonna really
do I
know
get the
or
Grammy
see.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You're not gonna really know or see what these rookies are gonna
Contest.
be until they actually get some games under their belt. So
I
despite
know.
what they look like
It's
That's the
guessing.
fun. It's
Well, okay, you're right.
Game.
In that case, I could have just picked a name from random. Defensive Player of the Year. That was my vote for Kawhi. I think this is his return to excellence on the defensive end. Personally, especially being that, have you seen him lately?
I've heard
He has packed on at least about 15 to 20 pounds of muscle.
He's sick of guarding centers, you know, like small.
He looks beefy, and then a lot of it is in his legs too. I'm like, okay, so we finna get a lot of shuffling. We finna get a lot of jumping. I'm with some defense from him this year. That's
You want a tagline for the episode? He looks beefy.
There you go. There you go.
Right.
Hot take. Jump on it.
So you're most improved.
Most improved. I'm trying to think who's been injured and who's going to be coming back. I think I may like Jonathan Isaac for the most improved.
But Jonathan Isaac for most improved.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I feel like he was already on an upward trend.
Yeah.
And then now he's out with the injury. If he
twice.
comes back from this shit, like balling, I mean I can see it, because I mean I don't feel like he's really gained enough recognition to like compete for any of the big awards. Like, I mean, his name been in the sauce.
Defensive Player of the Year. He's always been in conversation. He gets a full season.
True. But that's, to me, Defensive Player of the Year is the one where
Rudy Gobert's award.
season. I mean, but let's be honest. Look at the people who've won it. The last couple of years, it's been what? Rudy Gobert.
It's all centers.
Well, Kawhi. He was the last non-center to win it.
No, what's his name?
No, Marcus Smart last year.
Oh, that is right. Marcus Smart last year.
First guard since Gary Payton.
There you go. So I mean, but you got to give it to him. That man has been playing lockdown defense for what, 5, 6, 7 years now.
Yeah.
Come on. He is one of the sole reasons that the Celtics are where they are every year.
If Robert Williams wasn't on the Celtics, I think he'd be the next Defensive Player of the Year. But I don't think they're going to give it to the same team back to back.
I could agree with you on that, because to be honest, that is all he offers. Like, he's only going to hit you like 7 or 8 points.
Yeah,
But he is
that.
But he will almost get you 7 or 8 blocks.
Them 2.5 blocks and that 11 rebounds a game.
I would say 7 or 8, because I feel like everything
In the playoffs, he was going nuts.
Every chance I feel like every single game I've watched him play, it's like he's always got like 5, 6 blocks or some shit, and I'm like, damn.
Do you know
bro,
how annoyed Kevin Looney looked
about?
trying to get buckets? He was on one and still not getting buckets on Robert Williams.
Man, yeah, Robert, he's a beast. I could agree with that.
6th man of the year.
No, see, I want to pick somebody different because I was kind of with you on the Dinwiddie vote, and also too because
You
I
don't
feel
think
like
he's gonna start?
I feel like Dinwiddie.
you don't have
No,
to.
no.
All right.
Nope. Not with Mark Cuban at the Nets.
And also too, I think Dinwiddie has long proved that he's not really starter material. Like,
He balled on the Nets, bro. Before they blew up that franchise and got
I mean-
KD and Harden and Kyrie, and I'm a Harden fan. Like,
but that's like 1 year.
no, it was like 3 that they hit the playoffs in a row. With him
Did he play with them that long?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the last, okay, so what year did he leave the Pistons?
That's
You got anybody else in mind? Next
anybody
year,
else? You
6th
can
man of the
take
year?
Dinwiddie.
Yeah, you can take him.
We can have the same answers. I was just trying to be
that's the thing,
different.
too.
No,
Listen to this.
I want to parody it. I
know.
want to parody it, and also I don't want to share a gram with you.
We'll smoke it in one sitting. Come on.
There you go. Yeah, okay, I'm with you.
People in the comments,
I was just about to say one of us might as well win that. When are we gonna split a gram?
you can pick whatever you want. You don't have to like not pick.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can, like,
Yeah, I mean I get that,
No, I was trying to make
for
fun.
parity's sake.
I was trying to
I'm
make it fun,
Just
yeah.
trying to pick somebody different because okay, let's say I like. Oh, let's go back to the Heat. What's his name?
Oladipo?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe Oladipo gets 6 man of the year. If
This
the
will be
Heat-
his first full season
I was
back.
about to say that's
Yeah.
true. And if the Heat are having a renaissance, and I'm expecting them to be the number 1 seed, maybe the whole team does well, and this is his
defense is
6
gone,
man
but
of the
that
year.
man's still a bucket.
Yeah, he still gets buckets. His defense ain't there that much, but he still gets
Anymore.
buckets.
Woo, Oladipo back in those Pacer days?
The Pacer days, bro. I'm
They went from Paul George to him?
wasted his career, bro. Just wasted. But the Pacers are doing that with pretty much everybody they get.
Yeah, they got Halbert, and they'll fuck up his career next.
Now this is unrelated.
What's up, Indiana?
Let's go. We're gonna go our preseason.
That's a
just
little
us.
closer.
This has nothing to do with that. What we just did, but preseason, who we think are the 14, the final 4, and the final 2.
Ooh.
Go ahead. You can go first.
I went, ooh, and you said go first. Okay. I got
Do they have to be in order?
No,
I mean, we already gave our 1 seed, so we know that. But
no. I mean, not Final Four. I mean, Final Four in the sense
I got
of Western
Bucks,
Conference.
Heat.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean as far as like
Western
playoffs?
Conference,
Eastern
playoffs.
Conference
But
Finals
this
is
is
Bucks,
completely
Heat.
unrelated to the season stuff. This is just our pre predictions to kind of see how bad we were. We can look.
Oh,
back
so
at it.
just something to look back at. And,
Yeah, for us to look
and
back.
maybe somebody gets close.
Somebody gets close, and
My
we
Eastern
can
Conference
brag
Finals,
again.
though, is it's Bucks Heat.
Okay.
And I have the Heat coming out because Bam is going to actually get busted for PEDs after that series.
Okay.
And he's going to lock up Giannis.
Okay.
And Heat's coming out of the East. West, Mavs, Warriors, and I think it's going to be one of the most exciting Western Conference Finals we've seen in a long, long time until you get to games 5, 6, and 7 and they just get out-coached, outplayed, and out-matured.
So it's going to be Heat and
Heat and Warriors. That's
Golden
my
State?
Heat. Yep. Golden State and Miami is my finals.
If that's true, then
and my
that,
champion,
that doesn't look good for Golden State. If that's true,
I actually think the other way around.
man,
You got James Wiseman coming back.
that defense, bro. If Miami's defense,
That offense and that defense.
if Miami's defense continues to improve,
I got
bro,
Warriors going to back-to-back. I
Yeah,
want
okay.
I want the Heat to win that finals, but
Okay.
the team is.
Hold
Would
on.
that make them the
Here's
first
a- here's a-
team?
here's a little
Would that make
twist.
them the first team in history to have 3 back-to-backs?
Maybe.
Who?
The
No,
Warriors.
because they had
They
the
haven't-
3,
they only got-
and then they had the 4th last year, and this would be their 5th in the past 10 years.
Yeah, they get 5.
Although they had a bunch of
triple.
back-to-backs with Wilt, didn't they?
They lost both chances to get there.
Oh, that is right. Because I
They
do
lost
that all the
the
time. I be trying to give them that year Cleveland won.
Yeah.
Because Cleveland should not have won
Alright,
that year.
Fuck no.
I keep trying to give them that year.
So are you saying, because we'll do a little, this is a nice little fun thing, who are you saying out of his last 2 are going to win?
Why I can't get my own phone?
No, listen.
Oh.
We're going to go off of, you're going to. But I'm
Okay.
saying just
Out of his, you want me to guess who I think is going to win
out of,
of
his
those 4?
pick,
Yeah.
out of the 4 he picked, who do you think is going to win the championship out of that 4?
I still go with the Heat, but I think it's the Heat and Dallas.
That's irrelevant. It's just I want.
Well, damn.
No, we're just picking.
Fuck my drag then.
Sorry.
Rude bitch.
Well, you're gonna say your 4, and I'm gonna have to pick out of your 4.
Okay, this true, but damn, at least let me give a little exposition and shit.
You're right.
That
You're right.
motherfucker said, who's your champion?
Right,
Fuck the
right,
rest. Shit.
Fuck you,
I'm
number 26.
also gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Josh.
You gonna say the Warriors again?
Yeah. Okay. So what is your final 4?
I had the same
Y'all
side.
finna.
I had the same side.
No, y'all finna crucify me.
He's picking San Antonio.
Nope.
No, God, no. Oh, no.
Bear with me now. Bear with me now. You're thinking outside the box. Miami
Okay.
and Chicago.
Ooh, okay.
Bulls, huh? Okay.
How's that health
I
like?
thought about DeMar DeRozan for the
Most
improved.
he can't. He averaged like 26.
That is true. That is true. He really can't be most improved.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about him for some award because I feel like this is a good year for him to go off as well.
Yeah.
But I like that Bulls team last year and what I saw from them, and I feel like
Just
they.
fell apart.
Yes, I feel like they
Well,
were maybe
injuries.
just mentally.
And mentally, though, too.
Yeah. Well, they never really got healthy.
They've also
Well,
been
that's
in the late
okay.
in the season still
But
trying.
now you're looking at them coming back this season, and then everybody's healthy. Do they have any injuries?
Lonzo maybe still. I'm not positive on that, though. Lonzo would be my only concern.
While you're looking that up, what's your West? Lonzo. Those guys amaze me.
Oh,
They came in.
it looked like he's gonna be ready to play.
Good. I'm rooting for those kids now. I really am. I hate their father
yeah,
and
he's-
his presence, but
He just had a torn meniscus.
I think he's.
So, yeah,
the dad's funny as hell.
He should be ready to go.
Have you seen them
He's
commercials?
as
They're so
with-
fucking stupid.
with time I'm like, he's such a supportive dad, but holy shit, he's toxic.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, he is super toxic, but he
Yeah.
is super.
He's a good
supportive.
dad. He's a
that's-
good dad.
He knew what it took to get his kids into the NBA these days.
In the West, I think we're gonna take it back to 06.
Ooh.
Listener,
Phoenix and Dallas.
Mavs and Suns, huh?
Now that'll be an exciting series too.
I would pay
serious?
good money to see that happen.
Yeah.
Phoenix and Dallas. For the Western Conference Finals.
Buckets.
Take us back to 06, baby. I would be down for
Game
that.
7, 150 to 140.
Bro, come on. But I would probably have to give the win to Phoenix because of experience.
That's who you're picking to get to the finals?
Yes. But I still think Miami's probably going to win it all.
So Heat and Suns in the finals.
Yes. Heat in 6.
I'm gonna say you're saying Heat in 6.
That would be my guess if I had to go all the way out there on the limb this
Okay.
early.
I'm saying the Mavs.
Out of his 4?
Yeah.
We're considering everybody's completely healthy this late in the season.
Yes. Yes.
Chris Paul's tearing apart every defense that's left there.
Exactly.
I think Suns win. If it's those Final 4, it's the Suns.
But
Simply off of him, and it's not going to show up on a stat sheet. But if you
Yeah.
watch the games, you're going to be like, oh, God.
yeah, I feel you. I just don't feel like. I mean, I don't know because I that Miami defense. I feel like if that Miami defense takes that next step and keeps improving.
Kyle Lowry on Chris Paul. Think about that.
This is true, but they have been doing a fantastic job of hiding his ass.
Wide-bodied Kyle Lowry? How you hide his ass?
I don't know. But they've been doing it. And that's another thing too. That I'm glad you brought that up because that's another thing that I want to look at too. Like, is he gonna make a fucking leap forward? Is he gonna change and do something, or is he gonna be like James Harden and wait till he fucking 15 years into his career and be like, oh, now I should lose weight and try to become the best version of myself I could be? Like, sir, if you did this in Houston. Think where you could be now.
Shit would be different.
Think where you could be.
The Chris Paul, James Harden days, if he was in shape.
Oh my God. See, that would have been a team that I would have actually been afraid of.
That 35 would have turned into 37 a game.
When they first got Chris Paul, I'm like, this doesn't scare me. Look at the type of player James Harden is. He needs the ball in his hands.
Think about it as a Rockets fan. I was like, no.
Yes. Like, so now you basically
The
have,
money. Think of the money.
you have 2 point guards. I'm looking at this like, so you got 2 point guards. Both of these guys need the ball in their hand to be successful.
And neither can hit a lick of defense right now.
And neither of them play defense. What is this gonna do? As a Spurs fan, bro, everybody, all of the people I know that are Houston fans talking mad trash. I'm like, bro.
Wait, as a Spurs fan, James Harden dropped 50 on your head. Like
And that's fine.
Twice.
And couldn't get out of a game 6 against us.
Oh, were y'all in the playoffs during those times? Because I remember us running into the Warriors.
How
after we got
many
past-
rings does James Harden have? How many rings has the Houston Rockets won in the past 10 years? Thank you.
All right.
Wait, how many?
All right. Enough of this.
Oh, 5?
Non-Texas
it's
living
2022.
motherfuckers.
4?
Okay, go ahead, Steve.
Oh wait, it would be 1.
Yeah, 1.
My bad. It is
Still more
2020.
than-
That's still more than the Houston's one.
Yes.
And not to mention they did it in style.
We
the
played
winningest
fun
average.
basketball. We played
Winningest
fun.
average of any team in NBA history. We beat LeBron them by 15 points per game. An average of.
Give the Rockets Popovich then.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. All right.
Because then I become a Houston fan. I'm following Pop.
Pop.
At this point, they have nobody else that I fuck with. I'm following him.
So, I'm going with the Bucks and the Sixers in the East.
Okay.
Clippers, Warriors in the West.
What about Philly has shown you that they can make it to the finals?
The conference finals?
Joel Embiid's a fucking monster.
They're just the right rank, the right path. They literally get.
We'll see.
They get an 8. Say they finish. Because I said the Pistons are going to be the top seed. So, say the Pistons are the 8th seed and or if the Pistons are the top seed and they're the 8th seed.
They're bodying us in the playoffs. Joel Embiid's putting up 40 and 20 that
He
series.
just kills us, right? So we're the first.
Against Isaiah Stewart,
I'm going to one of
I
them games.
care.
I'm going to one of them games to watch that
Man,
massacre.
that's a massacre.
And then they get a hurt because again, Miami's been known for fucking injuries. A lot of these teams have been known for injuries. So Miami gets hurt, loses Butler for fucking 3 or 4 games. They can't they can beat Butler in them.
What if they don't?
Then they lose. I don't know. There's a lot to it. I'm just saying there's a chance. There's definitely a path
I like
where the
those picks.
Sixers can win 2 fucking series and get into the conference finals.
Very, very possible.
Yes.
They can run into the
they've
Cavs.
added to their team besides Harden.
It's
They can eat up
always
the Cavs.
possible, but they never fucking.
Embiid is a beast and he's young. He's young, man. He's not like a 40-year-old
26.
dude. He's not a 40-year-old dude who's just not done it. He's in the prime.
Okay.
He's just starting his
could
prime
be
to be
the
real.
year he starts his shit.
Say what you will.
What is that, a fucking pigeon?
Say what you will, Fox. I just don't see it.
That's fine.
Nothing about Philly
We're
has.
gonna look back at this.
Nothing about Philly over the last 5-6 years has shown me that they are a championship team. That is why they can make the top seed in the playoffs.
They got
I mean,
skinny
in the
Harden.
regular season.
Crackhead Harden?
Hold on. I didn't say championship.
What if his shot goes with the weight? What if he can't shoot now because he's skinny as fuck?
It ain't gonna. Harden die hard, bro.
That would be funny as hell if he loses all that weight and can't shoot for shit now.
And he'll start passing and people
What?
can't talk shit about that.
Have you seen him?
We'll
Yeah.
pull that up. He looks like he's in The
I know, I
Machinist.
see him.
Looks like a cancer patient.
Yeah,
Christian
he actually
Bale.
stopped
The
eating fucking
Machinist
bread.
is a very extreme example.
Oh, no, that's...
No, it's spot on.
Val literally looked like he was fucking dying.
Yeah.
And that's how James Harden looks.
And he's about to play in the NBA.
Anorexic. And about to pick up a basketball.
About to put up
It was
So,
terrible.
40 on the head.
Let me not body shame though.
You're
I
West.
love all
It
body
was
types.
terrible.
Anyways.
Anyone that's seen that movie, that's not healthy.
Yeah, we know. But that's... Anyway.
It's not body shaming.
Bucks and Sixers. Clippers, Warriors. I picked the Bucks and the Warriors. I'm going with the Bucks.
Farts. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not
so
too hard.
how hard do you think the Clippers are going to fall under the pressure on that? It's not if, it's how. It's how hard the Clippers are going to fall apart. in
I
the
mean,
finals.
because first of all, there's a lot of faith you having in Paul George.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of your.
I'm having more faith in Kawhi being that.
He needs a number 2, and Paul George has
John
shown that
Wall,
he is
okay.
not that
Both
guy.
need to stay healthy. What do you mean? They both have the same.
I mean, this is
issues.
true,
And
but-
John Wall, they
But
it's the geriatric ward of the
if
NBA.
we're talking about theoretically them being fully healthy, Kawhi has proven that at full health he is formidable in the playoffs. I cannot.
no question, no
I
question.
can remember the last time Paul George made a difference to anything in the playoffs.
But Kawhi's
Took a
good
shot
enough
over his
to
head
be-
by Dame.
Bro, like,
So you're in the
Paul George has
playoffs.
been trash in the playoffs for quite some years now.
Kawhi-
Healthy or not.
Kawhi could beat the Mavericks. You give him a good John Wall.
Yeah.
No, and that's the thing about it. You gotta.
We are assuming
what John
John
Wall
Wall.
are you gonna get?
That's what I'm saying.
Because John Wall ain't played basketball in how long?
I'm just going with it.
And
I
he's.
still say he averages 16-8 this year.
I mean, I'm with
16
you,
points, 8 assists this year, and maybe a steal.
but
No joke.
not just that. His gelling with the team. Like, is he gonna gel? Like, because
fucking.
Well,
he
all
took
of
the
them
less
besides
money.
Kawhi are ex-gangbangers.
there you go.
John Wall
that
is
may
from
be-
the
that may-
hood.
That's why he couldn't play in Washington because he wanted to hang out with the gangbangers and shit.
But now he's with them.
He was
Yes.
taking pictures with the gangsters with his rag and his
And I
pocket and
believe,
everything.
I believe they got Reggie Jackson too.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm really happy they separated him and Patrick Beverly. There was no good path those two were going to take together, like legal. Oh.
I mean, to be honest, the hype on Patrick Beverly to me is kind of overplayed at this point. It's like his defense at one time was legendary, but at this point, the chirping and all the extra shit, the extra unnecessary
He's like
shit
a
he do.
20-year-old girl on Instagram.
Yes.
No, it's
All
exactly
that other
that.
shit just outrageous to
he's
me.
in
You can
Utah
find another
now,
good.
right?
You can find another good part.
I don't know, and I
No,
really
he
don't
went
care.
to Utah. He went to Utah because of the Gobert trade.
The first time I hear about Patrick Beverly news, I will just see it on ESPN. Patrick Beverly fights this ref.
Well, he
Yeah.
actually was on TV.
Yeah, he's been on TV, he's been on podcasts and all that shit. I just don't pay attention to
I
him.
don't know. Anyway, so I'm picking the Bucks. Who do you got out of my 4?
Who did you say again?
I picked the Bucks, Sixers, Clippers, Warriors, and I picked the Bucks and the Warriors to make it to the finals.
I would have to say the Bucks. Out of that phone.
You know what? Full health.
Because who
Give me them Sixers. I'll take that rogue pick right there.
of the other 3 teams, who you got that's gonna stop Giannis?
None of them.
I mean, Giannis, Joel got the closest chance,
See, my thing
but
is,
Joel is not nearly mobile enough.
if there's is there a defender? We're talking full health. James Harden, like pretty much, he's hitting his peak if we're considering what he's doing healthy right now. Wait, like we're taking.
I'm with
Yeah. There's no one in that Final Four that can guard him. Besides maybe actually Klay Thompson. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
I don't know.
Kawhi. You're not gonna put Kawhi on him.
That's a lie. I put Drew Holiday on his ass.
I fucking forgot the Bucks have Drew Holiday. You know, actually, no, I'm still thinking Sixers. No, I gotta believe in my boy.
All right.
I'm with you on that, but
We'll look back at
but I
the
would put
new
Drew
year.
Holiday
Strip
on
clubs
his
in
ass.
Philly have been doing great since he
I
got there.
say whoever's the closest. So whoever has the most rights gets dinner bought by the two other losers.
Okay, so that's like the big prize.
Yeah.
Lockhart's barbecue.
Whatever we pick,
Yeah,
whatever dinner we pick.
Yeah, the loser. The winner
Surf and
picks.
surf on y'all.
Somebody's buying me lobster, I think.
All right, hold on.
Lobster,
so this is how we're
maybe?
gonna do it. You're gonna go 1 point for each Final Four team,
Okay,
and 2 points for the final teams.
and 3 for the winner.
Yep, 3 for the winner.
That
If
makes
you get the
sense.
winner, because getting the winner should mean more than anything else.
A total of 7 points possible.
Yeah, and that's
Ooh, okay,
so
I like that.
if it's the Heat, and I didn't pick any Heat at all, I get no points. But you would get
We would
1,
each.
2, 3, 6 points for Josh's pick, or Josh would get 3 points. You would get 3 points for his
Right.
finals, and then you would get if the Heat win, you win.
Right. There's no way
Plain
around
and
it.
simple because you
Get
picked
your,
the-
you gotta be a diehard Heat fan this year.
yeah you
You
got
better be up there in that D Wade
That's
jersey.
my
just-
second. That's probably. They got my second favorite player
that's an argument.
playing
Jimmy.
now. Jimmy Butler.
That's
I
an,
love the photo they had in the locker room tunnel when they were. I think it was on one of the Morris brothers. They were all crowded in the doorway when he was in the medical room or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Like they were ready to jump him as a starting lineup. Like the whole starting
The whole
lineup at the front door,
That's funny.
just staring him down. Like I was just like, I like that energy. Memphis had that same energy this year too.
Bro. Now that's gonna be a dark horse. I'm surprised Memphis
Memphis is a
wasn't
dark
in
horse.
any of our picks. Because
I think last year was a
if they
fluke,
get
and I don't
Jo-
want that to be mean.
if they get
I
Josh
think-
some help,
I think the West got stronger
if they get Josh some help, I think he
because
just
Minnesota
need.
got better. Minnesota's going to be a tough out.
Memphis is in trade talks for KD.
They just need
They're not
a.
getting Katie.
You don't.
If they
know
do
that.
though,
They're not getting Katie.
You don't know that.
If they
no
do,
one knows
right.
where KD's going.
So I was
and it's
saying,
true.
hold on. I was
And it's
saying-
true. You don't know where he's going.
Hold
Like
on.
he surprised everybody by going to Brooklyn. So
I
you
wanted
don't
to
know that.
You don't
bring
give a
that
shit.
up. That
Right.
was something I was going to bring up. The big topic right now, or not right now, is just where the fuck is he going to end up, and how
How late
Simmons
in the
brought it
season?
up today. The way Simmons brought it up, he's like, does he deserve to be the bad guy in all this? Should people look at him as if he's being selfish? When you look back at what the Brooklyn Nets have done,
Oh,
yes,
that's-
they brought Harden, but after that point, every choice they've made literally got them to a point where they were at 0-4 in the final.
But as a fan, it's our job to be selfish.
Mm-hmm.
huh? That's
as
not
a
what
fan-
I mean. Is he selfish?
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying? Or is he the bad guy in this situation, or is he
The
is
only
he
wrong
right
thing
for
I
wanting to
hated
be
that
out?
he said. There's only one thing that really rubbed me the wrong way that he said, at least that he tweeted, or I think it was Instagram, whatever
Cheers,
the fuck
brother.
it was when he said, if we get rid of the GM and the head coach that I got here, then I'll stay. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the choices they made after they brought a dude that was they gave away a dude who half-ass played, really wanted out, but with a half-ass play.
He was pissed at Kyrie.
I get that. But then they got a guy who they didn't even check to see if he was healthy enough to play for they made a bunch of choices that yes,
Their first
After
mistake was
the-
blowing up their young core already.
Yes.
Because they would have had Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jared Allen, and a few more better picks, and just an overall better scheme for the long term. But they made a bank for it, and they all hated each other after so long. So I mean,
cheers.
I guess don't work with the same people twice.
Well,
It's kind of the lesson I'm learning from it.
There's a lot where's he get? Do they want so much for him?
What were they talking about? Like they want. I think they said originally the offer was Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown from the Celtics.
like, bro, so you want me to gut my team
Gut my team
for him? That's what you saying?
You want the one and the two?
Right.
Oh.
I mean, well, to be honest, with the way they played in the finals, I might be reconsidering myself because I'm
Could that
disappointed
just
in both
be
of them.
young? They are young still.
They are young. I would make that trade for the two in like 2 seconds.
I would argue that they are young situation if that wasn't pretty much the same fucking team that has been playing together for like fucking 6 or 7 years. Like that literally, think about that team. That starting five has been the same for like 5-6 years.
Al fucking Horford.
Like,
Well, he's the new one. He wasn't there for 5 years.
He was there about 5 seasons ago, and he came back. When they were all like teenagers still, and then he came back when they're in their mid-20s.
Yeah, because they're still, like, he's only 25.
and that's the thing.
Tatum is.
That's the thing about it. So it's like,
He's a dark horse MVP candidate.
is
too.
there any, like, what more chemistry can you get? What more gelling can you do? If you've been this team and this core and you've played for this long together.
Or is it running into the Warriors in a special moment?
Not having to drive or not having to whatever. Because, to be honest, there should be something in you that should make you be like, look, bitch, I'm done with mediocrity. Or mediocrity.
You got to think about Golden State next year too. No matter what, if you're talking about team in the West, they literally have 2 Steph Currys now.
And that's
Just
fine.
assume that's fine. What do you mean that's fine?
Because that it still doesn't strike down my point. Because at the end of the day, like, stars step up for their team. Stars do what need to be done, whether that's win, lose, or draw. And that's one of my complaints with Harden. Bitch can't show up in a game 7 to save her fucking life. So you will never get respect from me as a superstar.
He wants an early summer, okay?
Well, that's fine. Just go fishing. Just go fishing. Because at the end of the day, as a superstar, that you're supposed to show up in clutch moments. Game 7s, 4th quarter, final 2 minutes. These are all pivotal moments where you're supposed to be showing why you are who you are. And I feel like even if they had showed up and lost, it would have made me respected them more. But I feel
They didn't show up.
They didn't show up at all. And it's like, bro, you two are the leaders
Like
for
the
this
first
team.
like the first 2 games, they showed up a little bit.
And that was it.
And honestly, they just got out-coached though, man.
They both were, but still,
Look at Jason Tatum's face at the end of that last game.
Outcoached
He's
has nothing.
exhausted.
It has nothing to do with athletic ability. At the end of the day,
It all has to do with athletic
bro,
ability.
I have. So you have never watched? Let's see. Let me think of a good example. You've never watched Kobe break down a good defense, or Allen Iverson break down a good defense.
You're comparing Jason Tatum to either one of them.
To be
We're
honest,
talking about practice.
the Warriors' defense was not even on that level like that for me to be like, because
they weren't that good.
They were in every game.
No, but they play in a training defense.
That's fine, but at the end of the day,
exhaust other teams.
Boston was in every single game, and at the end of the day, the deficit came down to not getting enough production from their starters. So if you can get historic production from all these other people who ain't been doing a goddamn thing all season,
They switched to benches, and then Golden State tore them up from the
Yeah,
bench.
because their benches start sucking.
But Jordan Peele and Kuminga were sometimes in those bench just going off.
I'm just saying,
Looney. All of
I'm
a sudden,
just saying, at
what
the end of
hell?
the day, if you want to be considered a star, stars show up in the big moments, and that's
Yeah.
win, lose, or draw.
They'll have
This
years
is
to
true.
do it.
This is true.
Do you
Win,
think-
lose, or draw.
Here you go. Tatum's young. He's 25. Do you
You
think
keep saying that, but he been in the league for I don't know how long. These motherfuckers have been at the top of the
6 years.
East as long as he been in the league.
that's fine?
They had Kyrie at one point. That's not a fair argument. Kyrie, let's be real. Kyrie helped him out for like 3 straight years up to there, and then gave up because of his mental.
And that's even worse. That's even worse. So you had veteran leadership. What have you learned from it? Because what are you doing?
Yeah, but what if you were? My point is, you think he could win? Like he could win one somewhere else
No.
Win
Put
somewhere
him on
else.
the right team
No.
with someone who does.
You know what's
who's better
weird?
leader.
No.
I see
In my
Tatum
opinion-
actually in a Spurs jersey.
In my opinion, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's something that's in my head.
In my opinion, I feel like that was Boston's
Yeah.
championship to lose. They had the better defense.
I don't think that's a question.
They just did not have the experience. They'd never been on that stage before. And to be honest, it may have something to do with their coach. Maybe their coach is not.
Well, it's his first time too.
That's what I'm saying. And maybe he's
And then I
not
had the
equipped.
33-year-old
But then
with
on
his
the
mouth
same
guard.
on the
Just
same
running and running
token,
and running and running and running and running and running.
on the same token, he got them to the finals his first year. So I mean, is it that he ain't got it, or I don't know what it is? But at the end of the day, Like, I have watched my Spurs in playoff games, like, get demolished. But you look at Tim Duncan's stat line, and he still got 25, 8, 7. You look at Tony Parker's stat line, he got 22, 6, 3. Like, you know, they put up numbers. They still scored. They still showed up. Like, it wasn't like, if lo and behold, because he know this, he a Houston fan, I look up at a game 7 and I see that the leader of my team got a stat line like James Harden, 16 points.
You know what he did? You know what he did?
2 rebounds.
What did he do those first 6 games though? Went nuts.
And that's fine.
Went nuts.
That's fine. But he didn't show up in the game that mattered, and his team ended up losing the series. That's just my whole fucking thing about
Chris Paul
it.
and Dwight Howard when they were so much younger.
Well, maybe Dwight Howard should have been more focused on shooting balls instead of dunking balls in the
Hold
ass.
on. They also had to go up against the fucking Spurs.
And
And the Warriors. It was the Spurs and the Warriors over and over and over again.
And it was another situation.
It was brutal to
That is
watch.
definitely something like.
D'Antoni's crazy ass.
Yeah.
D'Antoni's crazy ass was calling every 3-second play he could, just like get that ball off, get that ball off, get that
You're
ball
not-
off.
I've never thought of that from a Houston fan's point of view. That would have been a rough stretch of years.
dude.
I was like,
they're
it's
gonna
not
do it.
like you're
They're gonna
playing
do it.
fucking. You're playing the people that usually win.
And then think about it. In most of these years, Houston was probably the 1 or the 2 seed. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah.
He averaged 35 a whole season. He averaged 35.4. Bruh.
if I'm not mistaken, I think there was 1 year. I think we beat them as a 6 seed.
Yeah, you did. It was a 2 to a 6.
Oh Jesus!
Devastating.
So, what happens if they
Quiet
trade
him up.
Westbrook?
Yeah, that's rough. Oh, was that the one where
If they
Ginobili got the block
don't
on
trade
him?
for Westbrook,
No. If they trade back in the day when they traded Harden, if they trade Westbrook instead of Harden,
I think Harden and KD would have put up like 2 chips.
Oh yeah. I think they let the wrong one go.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think everyone knows that now at this point.
But well, also too though, maybe I think it wasn't necessarily their fault because I think Harden.
he didn't like Westbrook.
Yeah,
See, they both like stuff in the stat sheet, but for some reason, James Harden, it's more about the disrespect he gives people while doing it, as opposed to Russell Westbrook, literally just doesn't care about anyone and needs that triple double. Like at this point, it's shown on 3 teams. It's shown on. He's tried to do it on the bench. Like, are you kidding me? Stop being selfish.
And
Whereas James Harden is just trying to put you on the floor every fucking play he can, and then flop if he can't get it, get to the line, boom, 22 free throws a game. Like,
he just.
it's what I know it. I watch it. I love it.
I mean, I can't argue it.
It's so shady.
But-
And I just love it. I love how he plays.
I've never been a fan of his. I don't like the step back that he does.
It's bad basketball, but it's entertaining basketball. And from what I prefaced earlier, I don't really care about the sport part of it. I care about the drama of
There
it.
you go. As a drama fan, I see why
A great
yeah.
step back that puts someone on the floor, dude. Do you know how many tweets and Instagram posts I get to read about that? Where they're shit talking all of them in the comments? Like,
Oh, see, you go deeper than I'll ever go.
That's how
I need bathroom
Get down,
material.
AZ.
That's that bathroom material.
I told him about Twitter, and he didn't believe me. I told him, I said, bro, Twitter is everything.
Yeah.
Man, there's some threads that I get on, and I literally will be on Twitter for an hour straight. Just, I'm like, bro,
Oh, they said that?
oh my goodness, let it be, especially about some celebrities or some
But
shit.
now we got slimy crackhead Harden. I'm excited for this one.
Bro, I think
Philly changed that, man.
I think I don't know if it's gonna be as good as we think it's gonna be or as good as you want it
Must
to
not
be.
be good chicken around there.
Hazy.
He did. He keeps buying chicken joints everywhere he goes. So
Really?
yeah.
I mean, it is money.
I think he said he owns like 14 in Houston.
So,
Once a place he can go and get free chicken. I get it.
I mean,
no question. You just walk in, get that.
he basically just walk in and like, I'm gonna buy this bitch. I'll continue running and operating as planned.
He just grabs. He walks in
It's
the
just
back
gonna
door
be
and
my
grabs a
place
pan.
now.
He grabs a pan out the back door and just walks out of the kitchen with it. Y'all gonna have to re-prep this.
That would
It's
piss
not
me
even a
off so
conversation.
bad.
Not even a conversation.
Bro, that would piss me off so bad. Like,
Like,
we gotta redrop all that chicken.
Throws a napkin on the floor on his way out, just like that'd
That'd be my 13th reason. I got to go. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Redrop all that chicken. Bitch, no ma'am. I don't give a fuck what his name is.
So none of us really give a shit about KD, right?
No.
He's a variable. I don't want to account for a variable.
At the end of the day, my stance on him is kind of funny. Of course, if you ask me who the best scorer is in the league, it's KD, hands down.
It's still KD.
There's nobody that is going to give you buckets in the variety of ways that he can give you buckets.
Until Victor Wembanyama comes in.
Well, we shall see. Because I don't
that
know.
kid's 7'3" and 18 and still growing.
We'll
He keeps
see.
his handles.
Yeah, he might grow so tall his legs stop working.
We gotta wait till Wimby get in the league first,
Yeah.
and then we can see what he giving. But as of right now, ain't nobody touching.
No, the way he can just shoot over everyone.
Yes,
in the league.
yes. And now
He was a cheat
scary
code
thing
for
about
basketball.
it.
He was a cheat code for basketball.
The scary thing about it is though, fucking Giannis is that guy too, just without the jumper.
Yeah.
If Giannis were to develop a reliable, steady jumper, hands down, no questions asked.
You know what? He hit
Best player in the NBA.
He hit like 34% from three, and honestly, I'm fine.
That
with
is true.
That's-
And to be
I'm
honest,
fine
that's not
with
because
that.
KD probably didn't shoot much higher than that. Probably like 36 to 37.
Oh no, I think he was closer to 40.
Speaking of Giannis, did you hear about the Chicago
I'm finna look
shit
it
that
up.
he was the interview?
Yeah, eventually he wants to go to Chicago.
Not eventually he wants to go to Chicago. Eventually he said he would. It wasn't a. If you listen to him say it, it's more of a. It feels like a. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind playing. Who wouldn't want to play there? Type thing. It's trying not to hurt Chicago people, but at the same time trying not to hurt.
Okay, we'll meet in
Like
the middle.
without saying I want to go, because again, I don't think he cares. I think
He was
he'll go
38.
where. If Chicago has a team that's worth playing for, and he can't get it from the Bucks, then he's gonna go. But if he can get the team that
Does Chicago
competes-
still have Caruso?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. They're a contender.
No, but his contract again. His contract doesn't end for another 4 years. He's got 3 or 4 years left in his.
That's
contract.
how-
Yeah, Giannis had a 6-year contract. It was like
Yeah.
the first
That's
one in a
how
while.
that's how I felt about the Bucks when I found out about Pat Connaughton.
That ginger boy can dunk.
Have you seen how high that boy can jump?
No.
Oh my god!
Pasty ginger man?
Yes, he
off that
looks
bench.
nothing like he can, nothing like you would think. Like, just the most plain, average-looking ginger guy.
Works at the bank type guy.
Well, yes. And he got, I'm talking about can jump out the gym, Fox. Like, matter of fact, let me pull up a dunk. Let me pull up a dunk so you can see. Because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, Milwaukee in 5.
I only know him because he's one of those dudes that you can every so often snag in the fucking free, like the.
Alex Caruso.
He was just talking about.
Oh, Pat Connaughton.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's
No, he's from
always
Milwaukee.
Yeah, I know. He's the guy that's always free.
Yeah,
Free
yeah, of course.
agency for like
He
fantasy.
didn't get many minutes, but when those minutes are electric.
Well, when you got a team that needs fucking points and you got that extra spot, you take him when he's playing. You might get 25 points.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like
Sometimes.
yeah,
I
most
think
of
that's
the
more
time.
on Milwaukee than him, but.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Whoever their coach is, I can't remember his name. Probably just like, no, get us some buckets. I think it's funny. We're up by 30 already. Let him go off.
Good lord.
Fox.
What?
Let me see. I'm finna show
Oh,
you.
here's what I want for the future. Here's a future pick. Do you think Bronny?
I'm finna show you that white man indeed can jump. I was gonna look through it and try to find a nasty one out of the clip. First one got me.
I've
Nasty.
seen him play.
He's so
obviously.
small.
Right? Nasty. Look how he lit. Bro, get out of here. Get out of here. No way, Fox.
He technically just dunked on his own teammate.
I saw that, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, bro, Milwaukee. Give it to Milwaukee. It's over with.
Here's a
That's how I
future.
felt about the Caruso.
Here's a future bet. Does Bronny play in the NBA?
Yes.
Well, yeah, he absolutely is going to play in the NBA. The question
so is Dwayne Wade,
is he
son,
going
I
to be
think.
worth anything?
But is he going to be a first-round draft pick?
Uh-huh.
Just off name.
was
Just
smart.
off name. Yeah. He might not even be that
You
good.
waited way too late. I've been sitting over here
I
wearing
know,
these
I
bitches
know,
out.
I know.
I'll tap some ASMR. Chip
Because there's like Simmons doesn't even think he's going to be an NBA draft pick. The Simmons podcast, the people there talking, they're like, he's not NBA ready. He's not even fucking close.
No, but we're still 2 more years, right?
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
he's got like 1 year of college. It's not going to get him. Like they don't believe he's even close to the point where 1 year of college could change it.
They'll see what a college coach does with him, though.
I don't think that's gonna matter.
It's just his name.
Yeah, he's LeBron's son.
LiAngelo Ball got drafted. I don't care about where. He got drafted.
There you go. There you
No,
go.
I know, but when I mean drafted, I mean again.
It was off name.
I'm not, cause look,
You think he's going to be a
Now,
second round
granted-
flyer guy?
Say it again.
Second round flyer. Like a name, like you would take Gary Payton. Like if Gary Payton II is sitting there, back in the day, you might have took him in the second round with the last pick.
Yeah, somewhere. No, he's gonna get picked in that first round.
Really?
Probably top 10 picks.
No way.
I'm not even joking you.
I'm running that down.
Do you know how many mistakes Sacramento's, Oklahoma's, how many teams can, Charlotte's, Orlando's, how many mistakes those teams can make cumulatively?
mm-hmm.
And I hate saying it's going to be a mistake this early, because I hope it's not. It'd be kind of cool to see his son be better than him, because I'm sick of all the LeBron talk. But there's going to be so many teams that'll just bite. They're like, do we get LeBron as a vice coach or an assistant coach?
No, he wants to play with him.
Then he's going to get traded there. You get LeBron in the package. Of course you draft him. I don't care if that man's 42 at that fucking point.
Yeah, if you're bad, it's just about the money.
Sacramento sells out that year. And they don't got to move.
When your
And
last,
they don't got to move.
when your last famous player is more known for something he did in college than in the NBA.
Oh.
Chris Webber. Because who else has been a star for Sacramento since Chris Webber?
I like De'Aaron Fox.
What about what's his name? The big boy, Cousins.
Oh, yeah, DeMarcus Cousins.
He did get his start there. I
Yeah.
forgot that.
And he was
I guess
a
you
monster.
Can, yeah, you can call him a star.
He didn't
Okay,
give a
I'll take
shit
that.
when he hit the league.
I'll take that.
Yeah. But he really didn't do much.
He fizzled, yeah.
He just caused too many problems.
Yeah, he's too problematic. Yeah, he's
Way
doing
too problematic.
doing all kind of unnecessary shit. Agreed.
Alright, so you seriously not a Pistons fan at all?
Me?
Not you, you're not from here.
Oh.
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited for that team. I
I
really
know
like,
you are too because of Paul and you
Right.
live here, so.
but no, I was really into
I like them hoes.
the 04-05 championship Pistons. Like that's kind of when I focused on
05?
the Pistons for a little bit. Was it 05? I'm sorry.
No, it was 04. Because 05 was the Spurs.
I said 04-05 because it wasn't 05.
Okay, we'll
06.
call it the year then. Okay.
My
I'm
apologies.
with you.
Tayshaun Prince was my favorite Piston just because of that one.
By
block.
that logic, though, technically you would be 03, 04. Wouldn't it?
Okay. But the Tayshaun block in that Pacers series is another one of the first sports memories I remember. Just that chase down, it didn't look like it was possible. And then it was like, oh yeah, his stride's 17 feet fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how long is his arm though? Oh, 4?
Does anybody have to go to the bathroom?
Nope.
I'm going to the bathroom be unavailable for up to 45 minutes to an hour.
Love you, babe.
enjoy
Might have to go.
No, we're good.
All good.
All right, so
Hey, I was right about that light in between, right? And then the dark detail on the bottom. I think so too.
So, I also am of the belief that Tayshaun Prince cost us multiple championships.
Oh, probably.
If Tayshaun Prince isn't there, they draft Melo. If they have Melo, they win at least. They may not beat the Spurs, but they win after that too.
I mean, but this the thing though, Fox.
Tayshaun was the second
You
most
don't-
better on the team.
But that's what I was about to say. If we being perfectly honest, you didn't need nothing else to beat the Spurs. They lost to the Spurs off a bonehead play.
No, I get that.
Like if you got Ginobili in the corner, and then wait, I'm saying it backwards. Yeah, because it was Big Shot Bob.
yeah,
You got Big Shot Bob on the perimeter, and you got Ginobili in the corner. Granted, Ginobili is a great shooter. So don't get me wrong. If the pass goes to Ginobili, I completely would understand why motherfuckers would be panicking. Because Ginobili is, and if we're being honest, Ginobili probably would have hit the shot too. But on the same token, if you discipline, you close out to your man and let him have his man, then you don't leave Big Shot Bob wide the fuck open, who already at this point was already being called Big Shot Bob.
The way it worked, it was a matchup nightmare for every team in the NBA. The point average coming off that Detroit Pistons team was insane. We'll never see a defensive team like that ever again,
Agreed.
or a coaching system like that ever again.
Matter of fact, me and Bob was just talking about this the other day. The Pistons are the only, I think they're the only team. I think they're the only team in NBA history to hold 10 opponents under 70 games in a season.
Or 70 points.
Under 70 points, and that was that. I think that was that
They
year.
won some games keeping teams under 60. And the
No,
NBA is nuts.
Yeah,
That's 15 points a quarter.
that defense is ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Agreed.
And you had Rasheed just fist fighting people after Ben Wallace already bodied him, and
But they could have just as easily won that series.
That's not my point. My point
So I don't feel like they. I mean, but you saying Tayshaun cost them championships, and I agree with Josh. He was one of their best defenders.
No, he was, and he would have been there. But I'm saying the whole mentality, they say that they didn't take Melo because of that. Because of the fact that they had Tayshaun. So they
I
took-
wanted.
But now you
Wade.
probably.
Yeah.
I wanted Dwayne Wade.
I'll go with that one.
I think if they took Wade, they'd win like multiple.
And
times.
honestly, I
Because
would
I was
push
about to
Rip
say, you
Hamilton
see-
to the bench as a 6-man. No offense to him.
No, I think he'd have been fine with that.
And then literally just find a defender on the wing.
Especially after he broke his nose, he'd have been fine with that.
Yeah. Hey, get us buckets for 17 minutes a game.
Mhm.
Cool.
Right? Like, bro, you can take a chill. Come in every couple minutes, you know.
LeBron
Just give me
comes
back.
You're Manu in a mask. Come on.
There you go. Manu in a mask. That's a great way to think about it.
LeBron comes to Detroit.
That wasn't a possibility though, because he went first.
No, I'm saying if we have Wade, LeBron comes to Detroit.
To play with Dwayne Wade.
Because Dwayne Wade's already won at least one championship, if not more.
But then we don't get the
So you're
pioneer
hanging
Allen
the
Iverson.
You're hanging the reason on him going to Miami was the fact that he wanted to play with Dwayne Wade.
Yes.
Best
I thought
case
he just wanted
scenario,
to play in
Ben
Miami.
Wallace and Chauncey
I
are
don't
still
think
playing
if-
at that point too.
If Dwayne Wade's not there and Dwayne Wade's in LA or he's in Sacramento or anywhere else. and
Oh, maybe he does.
Yeah, I'm
They
pretty sure
came from the
he
same draft
I
class.
think he
So,
was
I mean,
Wade.
so you
Because
knew
we're
what
trading
his skill was
Rasheed and
about.
probably Rip for LeBron at that point, and probably a bunch of picks or whatever. We'll just shred
No,
that.
he just signed.
Just as true.
He was a free agent. He just was like, I'm taking my shit to Miami.
And Detroit's closer than Cleveland.
I mean, he knew what the fuck was up. There was a reason why D Wade had a ring 3 years into his being in
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
league.
Prime Shaq helped, but
What's his name? It's also Pat Riley.
it's also Pat
I was
Riley.
about to say, let's be perfectly honest. Shaq played a part, but I would say if we broke it down to percentages,
Oh no, it was Dwayne Wade all
it was
day.
definitely D Wade and Pat Riley.
But look at the
because-
lines. Look at the stat lines in the playoffs. Not the
That's
season.
fine.
Not the season.
Is
That's
that when
fine.
Shaq came with
Oh yeah, Shaq came alive in them fucking playoffs for the Heat for some reason.
Well, because he knew he had a team.
Yeah. Oh, we got.
But, and that's what I was about to say, and that's the effect. When you got a guy like D Wade, everybody's so set on trying to guard him. They're like, okay, you got to keep him out the paint, but at the same time, he can shoot too. You forget, oh bitch, they do got Shaq ass down there in the
Oh
paint.
yeah, Shaq's here. What the fuck?
Right. But I watched that series because that was.
I don't think any person's ever said that though. Oh, Shaq's here. Like they're surprised by it. No, Shaq fills a fucking room.
That was the year the Spurs got beat by the Suns. So
yeah.
So I was pissed.
I forgot Shaq played for the fucking Suns too.
He
That
did.
dude was a hooker.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
in the end of his year,
Yeah,
he
dude.
wanted to play with everybody.
He played for Cleveland too.
I know.
And Boston,
Oh, he
yeah.
was such a hooker. He looked so stupid in that.
But he didn't care.
Yeah, he did.
Oh
but
my
He
God.
wanted to play with everybody,
He just
man. I
wanted to-
respect it.
Yeah.
I know.
And he'll probably go down and think about when he went. Oh, he's already in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So think about when he went in the Hall of Fame. How many jerseys he probably had for him? He probably had like 9 jerseys.
He wanted the
You know
most
why he
wall
left?
space.
You know why he left Orlando, right? Because there was an article talking about how the people were upset that he was going to get this big ass contract. People were not happy with him getting a contract, like because they just thought it was excessive. He wanted $350 fucking million.
And the city of Miami
Or no, it was.
I mean, Orlando sees he's a collective groan because bitch Shaq clearly has the best center of the last 20 years.
Okay,
30 years.
They pay up. You know what ends up happening? Well, first of all, the picks would have been different, sadly, but it would have been prime Shaq with prime T-Mac.
Yeah.
That would have been a problem. That would have been
nasty.
Yeah.
Detroit wouldn't have won shit.
Wouldn't have won shit. Nobody would have won shit for a while.
Yeah, that would have been.
Well,
That would've been tragic.
That was that way after Prime Shaq.
No, it was not.
Because he won in 06.
Shaq,
Shaq's prime was like 8 years.
Right, I was about to say, and he didn't start declining until like just after 06, I would say, because he
Right after the Heat is when he started going, I don't
Right.
care anymore.
Yeah, he got his ring without Kobe.
without Kobe, and that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
You know, there's other
Why do you
one
think
around
they're
him.
so fucking petty?
Hmm?
They're so goddamn petty.
At
He's
that
like, I
level,
gotta have fucking.
I mean, but think about it
at
though.
that level, you got like those are
Think
your
about
guys.
if all you hear, because you know they hear the chirping from fans and everybody are like, if all you hear is, oh, you wasn't shit without so and so and so, like all your rings is because of so and so and so. Like, I mean, I imagine that shit would fucking weigh on you. Like, bitch, let me fucking show these bitches that, hey,
I mean, that's why.
bitch, I does this.
That's why Durant left fucking Golden State like a fucking moron.
Well,
Also, I'm
yeah,
like-
because he was wrong. So you are not capable of carrying a team to a championship, even
Our
though you
level-
are the best player in the
Our
league.
competitive level is so broad with people, like at our level where we're at in lives, where theirs, they got like maybe, 5-10 people they're competing with?
Yeah,
Of course they gonna be petty. If it's only 5-10 people you gotta be petty with,
I mean, this is true. This is true.
you do it to anyone below you, you're just gonna sound like an asshole.
Yeah, this is true. I mean,
Although DeJounte Murray is just causing problems everywhere. That's
I
been
mean-
my favorite story in the offseason.
but let's be DeJounte Murray, the Spurs
The
guard.
only good Spurs
Oh,
player, and they got rid of
he's
him.
not.
Only good player. Only good player they had, and they let him go.
Now he's
And now he finna
Atlanta Hawks.
he finna ball the fuck out, bro. Cause he don't. Atlanta ain't gonna put no reins on him. Like
They also have no defense on their starting five. but-
and he plays good defense. He's a very good
Okay.
oh Jesus.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
He is definitely a step up over Trae Young.
Oh, no question. Trey Young is a paper
we
plate.
shall say that.
Trey Young's a paper plate on that end of the
That
court.
look.
Who gives a shit?
I just don't understand that.
What up, cuz?
What's up, cuz? I just don't understand that formula.
Huh?
I told him I'm coming.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a basketball show.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
I just don't understand that formula of not requiring your point guard to play defense.
He's just such a good shot.
And that's fine.
His shot is wet, and you
Bro,
know it.
When I was in school, when I was playing basketball, everybody had to play defense. And to be honest,
Were you pulling up from 40 on a fast break?
but also
Confidently?
But also too, the teams that we played that had players that were doing that, my coach was let them do that. If he gonna pull up from 40, he gonna have to pull up from 40.
Have
every
you
single
seen
time.
Trey Young high school highlights?
That's fine.
That man was disrespectful as shit.
That's
He
fine.
hit a half court shot and they panned the video over to the scoreboard and they're already up by like 32. And he was hitting half court shots.
I don't care.
Disrespect.
I would have told his ass, bitch, you better learn how to play some defense.
Defense.
Shit.
He never had to learn.
And that's
never had to learn.
and that's gonna be his downfall. He gonna be another James Harden.
I feel so bad for John Collins. Out of anyone I feel bad for is John
Yeah,
Collins.
true. This is true. Cause I'm like,
And
he like-
Gallinari's there
like,
too.
bitch, I'm working overtime. God damn, you like a revolving door, bitch. Shit.
Oh shit, no, go for it.
Letting people bow left and right. No, I couldn't do it. Matador. That's what they call it, the Matador defense.
Matador
Okay.
defense. James Harden had it for a bit.
And there you go. We'll see. Now that he lost that weight, hopefully he'll be able to shuffle, so he might be able to stay in front of
In
somebody.
Brooklyn and in Philadelphia so far, James Harden has showed really good defense. I don't think anyone can discredit that. He's been averaging 2+
Now
steals.
you wouldn't give
Plus steals.
DeJounte Murray really good, but you would give it to that.
Of course.
I was about to call him a fat fuck. After I said that,
No, you can call me
I'm
a
not body
fat
shaming. Don't think of me like that. I'm not a body
Is he
shamer.
big?
No,
He was chunky.
Yeah.
He was chunky, but he look crackhead skinny now.
That's
And also, once again, I'm not drug shaming. If you choose to do crack, That is, I am not
Hey,
judging
that's
you.
your own life.
Lifestyles are lifestyles.
I have
Different folks,
nothing to
different
love
strokes.
him. I mean, because to be honest, some of the funniest people I have ever met were crackheads.
I love
The funniest
George-
man that ever
George
lived
Michael.
was crackhead.
Who?
Mitch Hedberg?
What?
What?
I said the funniest man that ever lived was.
I feel like he about
That's
to
what I
say
said,
Richard
Mitchell.
Pryor, and I'm finna jump across his table. Don't you call him Richard Pryor no crackhead?
Was he not a former
He
crackhead?
tried it.
He tried it. He almost killed himself with it. That's not trying it.
No one tries it.
Bro. I was talking to my friend the other day. She was talking about her life being boring.
What do you say? Come here.
And she was like this. Oh, none of my friends
You
ain't
know what we should put down?
What's
A
that?
caveat tiebreaker. A tiebreaker. If our points match up at the end, guys,
Okay.
like a dark horse team on each side.
That makes the finals.
No, that wins it all.
That wins it all.
Yep.
And then just use that as a tiebreaker.
But these ones we have to draft.
And then you don't get. Yeah. Okay. What?
These ones we have to draft. We'll do a snake draft or something.
Oh, we each pick one and then we draft out of the three.
Yep. The other side. Yep.
Okay. I'm going with.
Oh no, I meant from each side.
What?
You would pick one. He picks one. I pick two. Then it goes up to him to pick a second.
Oh, so I pick
But a dark horse team. Let's not make them a popular one.
a dark horse, huh?
Can't be on the ones we picked earlier out of all
Minnesota.
our Final Fours. Ooh, Minnesota? That's your
This
pick
never
one?
happened. Catch
Okay.
you soft.
Or I can go, if do you want the back-to-backs, or would you like to go next?
I can go next. That could actually win it though is the thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I could
Oh,
just
yeah.
name a bullshit ass team.
I'm not. They got
That's what it means.
Colbert.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about my
They
pick.
weren't named earlier. They weren't named earlier.
know.
Oh, I got you. Denver.
Ooh,
See,
they
that's
weren't
not a
named
bad pick.
earlier. Oh, that's a great pick.
That is true. We didn't say that, but it's Jamal Murray coming back.
Yeah, if they're healthy. They're dangerous.
Everyone besides maybe Michael Porter Jr. is healthy.
Okay.
And at this point, I don't even know if he plays.
I mean, I was about to say I don't know if it matters.
Okay, my back-to-backs, and they got to be like separate conferences, I guess.
No, they don't.
Oh, true.
Because
No.
the West is. They obviously have a better chance.
I'll take Memphis.
Yeah, I figured Memphis.
I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Oh, that is the darkest of horses.
That kid last year.
I do like what's his name? What's his name? Start with what's
Jared
his name?
Allen, or are we talking about
The point guard.
What's
What's his name?
I can't remember.
Oh no! Don't-
It start with a G or his last name?
Okay, no.
Cavs and starters.
What am I thinking about? What is that boy name?
Fred. I can't remember.
Fred. Darius Garland.
Yeah,
Darius
Garland. I thought his name started with
They
a
were
G.
so fun to watch in the All-Star skills thing they did.
Yeah.
You know, they were, they had to do the three-pointer, the half-court shot, and all that shit.
Right.
The best part about the skills thing, or the best part about the All-Star weekend, was watching Cage just destroy everybody.
Oh yeah.
Like,
And
Aaron.
Evan Mobley, bro.
Hey,
That kid's a
got it.
problem.
Got her.
He literally reminds me of Kevin
All right,
Garnett.
what's your next one?
Okay. I got you. Let's say. Not because they're not going to win shit. I got somebody I want to pick, but it's just. I mean, it's just a waste of a pick. It's like, bitch, you
That's
know
the point of
full
these.
well.
They're tiebreakers.
I mean, but at least some of these have like a outside
you already got Denver.
punch or shot.
Take your gamble.
Oh, well,
out.
that is true. That is true. Denver is my good one.
I forgot you were
I'm
a
dead.
We've
Like,
been talking for a
How you go?
Hold on 1 second. Fox, just go ahead and put me down for San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
Right. With a team of nobodies. like only
Devin
Popovich
Vassell
can.
is going off.
Bro, he gonna have to score 40 a game.
Charles Barkley.
Charles,
Shut the fuck up.
I don't think he's gonna do much.
that's that. Hey,
Is he
that's that.
still announcing?
That's that power forward conversation we was talking about. Gotta give my man his props. He ain't
You know what I'm
got no
gonna
rings.
say? I'm gonna say the Nets.
The Nets.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
KD's not leaving, and they're gonna have a team. And if Simmons plays anywhere close to the way he did in 3 years ago,
Oh,
They
damn.
have a chance.
No, you right. There's so many things that have to go right though.
yeah, they have to play. They all have to fucking play the game. They won fucking 3 games.
Well,
You need to have at least a half a season together before you can say, "Hey, we should play in a playoff series."
What was it, like-
against the best
I think it
defense
was
in
like
the
4 or
league?
5 games that they
None
all
of us
played
picked
together.
the Celtics, by the way.
Oh yeah, no one believes in the Celtics. Fuck
No,
Boston.
yeah.
Fuck Boston.
I
right?
told him.
Fuck Boston.
And then also that too, just because of how racist the people are in Boston,
Yeah,
I
fuck
don't ever want anything good for Boston. The Red Sox,
Tom Brady made the best
fucking
move going to
Bruins. I don't want nothing good for them hoes. The Patriots, Boston is racist as fuck. And I apologize to the white people in Boston that ain't racist, but it's a lot of you motherfuckers that are. They was calling people the N-word at Boston Red Sox games. No. We don't do that. We don't do Boston. Sorry.
Hold on.
I don't wish y'all city nothing good when it comes to sports.
All right, so
Wasn't Damon Wayans in Celtic Pride?
I don't give a good goddamn. They call that man the N-word. Fox was yelling it at him
Who?
in the stadium. Let me look it up so I can tell you the truth of the
The
matter.
manager?
I mean, Philly's pretty ruthless too.
But
Well, now see, that's different though.
Philly
Philly,
hits
Philly is
everybody.
full of black people,
They hit everybody.
right? And that is true. Philly generally has an attitude of disdain for everybody. That is true.
I do like when.
Dave Portnoy.
But Boston is majority white.
Yeah, I know.
So it feel a little more racist coming from all y'all white
They talk
motherfuckers.
stupid there too, so.
Yes! And park the car!
I lost my khakis.
Yeah! We're gonna go down to the B. You going to what? Nah, see, I mean, that's the crazy thing about it. I've seen a lot of movies with Boston people, apparently, because I used to watch a lot of Mark Wahlberg movies before I found out that his ass was racist as fuck.
Well, it's business field around here, so that should make you feel
Yeah, it makes me feel
Walmart
great.
isn't open no more?
No, that bitch closed down.
And I hope the one downtown closed down too.
No, there's one in fucking.
There's one.
13 and Woodward, right?
It's done.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good.
It's one downtown. I hope
I
that
heard
bitch
it
shut
was
down.
good.
Go
There
buy
was-
their burgers. You can buy them in fucking Myers.
It's not.
Oh, my
You went there on a
fucking
Friday
burger.
night, you walked in, there were 6 people there and 4 were working.
That's it. Their burgers are not good. You can't even fucking modify them bitches. You gotta take them as they come. Bitch, what if I don't like onions?
Fuck off. I don't believe in like that. I think that, like, too many options is a bad thing. You get it the way it comes.
Come on.
Okay, we're talking about burgers now.
Yeah, I'm talking about burgers.
So I was about to cut into him. No, variety is the spice of life.
Hold on.
I might want that burger, but not with the onions.
I don't like
You
ketchup.
gonna turn my money
I
away?
hate ketchup, so I get you.
I feel you. You got all the picks in.
How many games? 82. So
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I looking?
Well, they did 72 last year, I believe, right? I hope they go back to 82.
Yeah, they did. They did 72 last year. That is right. I forgot about that.
check to see how many games there are. Do you think the Pistons will be about 500 this year?
They will be the play-in teams. One of the play-in teams.
Oh, so they going back to 82 games.
That's where I got them at. Playing the game in like that 9th, 10th spot or whatever. Maybe a 7th, 8th. I don't know.
So 42 and 40. I say 42 and 40.
Yeah.
Starting October the 18th.
That's what I think the Pistons record. What do you think?
You know, I'll go a little bit lower. I'll go
How many games the Pistons gonna win?
39 and 43. We're going somewhere around 500.
You know, it's too many shitty teams in the East. I think they win a little bit more than that.
What shitty team?
Orlando.
Orlando, I was about to say Washington. Yes.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Washington will have Beal back, so they should be back.
Cleveland is mediocre.
They had two All-Stars.
They have a starting lineup with 3 7-footers. I ain't going to hear nothing about Cleveland. They monsters.
We'll see.
They
All
have
right,
Laurie
so what do
Martin
you
at the
think?
small forward.
That is a team that I feel like Detroit should be able to beat. So I feel like just off the nature of the weakness of the East Conference, because you only got like 4 strong teams in that conference.
They're
Besides
real strong,
Boston, Miami, Milwaukee, and then to be honest, do you even count Philly? Right, I was about to say, do you even count Toronto?
And Brooklyn, question
You
mark.
could count Toronto. Depends if they end up with fucking Durant.
The Spurs beat them last year. I mean, the Pistons beat them last year. I see nothing that says they can't beat Toronto this year. So we'll say if there are 4 strong teams in the East, that leaves at least how many teams in each division?
15.
15. So that leaves at least 10 teams that the Pistons should be able to beat, or at least on par with. I think they should be able to win 45 games.
Explain to me, for my ignorance, because I'm out. Like, are the Pistons actually good?
They are on the come up. They have
so many young kids.
They got some young rookies that are really, really
Where do they
good.
play because the Palace is gone?
They play in
Caesars
LCA downtown. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think your Spurs are going to be since you're the Spurs fan?
Oh, we're
I
going
don't
to
even think they're gonna win 20 games, but we're gonna see.
You think they're tanking?
Oh yeah.
Like me out there watching.
They gave away the last one good player they had on the squad.
It's tankier.
They have nobody.
23 wins?
Not even. I don't think they're gonna win 20, Fox. But you
20?
can put 23.
Whatever you want.
Put 20.
20?
But we're gonna put outside of that less than.
That's 62 then? 20 and 62?
Because I think they're gonna. Yeah, this is gonna be probably the worst years Papa's ever had.
I believe him a little bit more. I'll give him 27. 27 and 35. Or 40, 45?
55.
55, thank you.
You got it.
I don't care. I
There you
know
go.
it's your favorite team, so I figured you should have a say in your favorite team.
I mean,
I wouldn't know. I really don't pay attention to the Spurs. I know they did get rid of.
Yeah, they don't have
dude,
anything left.
But Pop's not one of those dudes that. I mean, he may think that.
I mean, he can.
the luck. It's you can't tank.
Okay,
You can't-
maybe, just maybe, they have enough pieces, enough role players that Pop can coach them to a semblance of a ninth seed or something. Maybe they have an outside.
want a 10
maybe they make a
They see
play
the
in
Warriors
game.
4 times a
You gotta
year.
win like 40 games.
But I mean, but let's also be honest. Let's also be honest too. Like, there aren't many more. There aren't many fewer terrible teams in the East too, because fucking Sacramento ain't gonna be shit. The West is kind of
Pop
stacked.
is tanking for Victor.
The West is kind of stacked because you got Dallas.
I think that's what's happening.
you got Dallas. You got Memphis. You got Golden State. You got Phoenix. You got the Clippers are a question mark. You got Utah.
You have LeBron.
Utah.
You have LeBron, and we haven't even talked
Utah's
about the Lakers.
Utah's.
Something good happened. It's LeBron. It's fucking LeBron.
I'm not worried about the Lakers yet.
I'm not worried at all, but something could
To
happen.
be honest, that might be the one team we could beat.
Just a bunch of young kids running LeBron ragged. Just a bunch of young kids running
That's
LeBron
it. Force
ragged.
him to score like 50 points in the first half, and he gonna be gassed.
Crazy would it be? Because he's going for his record. That's
Who?
the whole point. He wants to break the record
Of what?
in LA. Points.
In a game?
No, overall.
Most points ever. Yeah.
Ever.
He's gonna get it. It's
He's
just a
gonna
matter of
get-
time.
Yeah,
It's
a
like the
matter
Tom
of
Brady shit.
This
He's gonna
year
get
and
it.
next year. If he averages like 30 points, or well, like he did last year, he'll get it this year. If he averages 25 points, it'll take him till next year.
I mean, but why does that matter?
Because that's what he wants.
That's what he wants. He wants to be the dude that has the most points ever. And LA wants him to do it in LA. They want 2 people from LA to
Have 1
that-
and 2.
Have 1 and 2.
Okay, and
I'm not saying they're fucking smart. I'm just
nobody's
telling
gonna
you
give
to
a
do it.
fuck.
LA people do.
Well, that's fine for them. It's just.
They threw a parade for Steph Curry's 3-point record. Don't tell me no one's gonna give a fuck.
It says.
People came to the parade because there was a parade.
Yeah.
But people don't give a fuck about shit like that. Because at the end of the day, LeBron is still going to be talked about the way he's talked about. Second to Michael Jordan. I don't give a fuck how many records he got.
But when
I think I'd still take Dwayne Wade over Jordan or over
LeBron.
I would too.
yeah in that draft.
I would too. Because Dwayne Wade was more NBA ready.
And he was better when it came playoff.
I mean,
I don't think
I agree
LeBron
with
wins
that.
one until he gets Like,
Because if we're being perfectly honest, Dwayne Wade in his prime and LeBron James in his prime, Dwayne Wade was 10 times more versatile
oh, dude,
than
he's a
LeBron
beast.
ever was.
What?
So LeBron in his
No,
prime.
I'm talking about Heat LeBron when that man was in contention for Defensive Player of the Year and MVP both seasons. That man was destroying the NBA that year.
So we're gonna sit up here and act like D-Wade don't play defense too.
No, he do. No.
Okay, and then oh my bad, I'm going the wrong way anyway.
Look at those
Because he didn't got me together. Because first and foremost, bitch, hold on one good
Then
fucking
look at those
second.
stat lines.
No.
Pull up Dwayne Wade versus LeBron when they played together stat lines.
Let's
talk about that.
Let's be perfectly honest. The only reason LeBron James is the reason he is the person he is because the motherfucker got a tank body. That's really all it is. His whole claim to fame has been just driving to the fucking lane with reckless abandon and people get the fuck out the way so nobody wants to get trapped.
Because he's the most athletic.
You can say whatever you want about it. But at the end of the day, that does not a good basketball player make. Because when you ask that bitch to shoot a jumper, boing,
But does
come
does it
on.
outbalance?
Now, granted, I ain't gonna hold you
32,
up.
10, and 8 looks still.
I ain't gonna hold you up because I'm a real bitch and I give my props all the way around. The bitch has been developing a jumper as of late.
It's
I will
crazy.
give
He's got
him
this
that.
like whole like state. He's
It's ugly as fuck.
He's like,
Anybody?
You got to do what you can to try to get that bitch to fall in because he old as hell. He can't be driving to the lane like that no more.
future argument. How the hell did Shaq not learn how to shoot free throws? Like,
Because nobody ever forced him
He
to.
didn't have
That was the point.
I know, but would we even be having this?
Would you give a damn about a free throw if you was Shaq?
Hold on, but
If you give Shaq's free throw percentage that Steph has, you give Steph's like free throw percentage to Shaq like that close over 90.
Oh, he averages
Was it
percentages
45?
that nobody ever averages in the history of the game.
Yeah.
Because he was for sure averaging over 50% field goal for sure. There would
No, I'm
probably
talking points per game. I think he's breaking that 50-point mark per game.
of that too.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, there's nobody in the history of the game
If you take
to
it at
average like
70%.
97 at the free throw line
No.
and average over and shoot
Yeah.
over 50% from the field.
Yeah.
There's nobody ever to do
But
that.
we're not talking that's unrealistic. But say he gets up to Giannis where he's a 72.
I mean, not unrealistic. Like, whatchamacallit was a pretty decent free throw shooter. I don't know if he was like 90s, but
90s are like 1 percentile. There's
That's
not a lot of
20% more free throws a game. He was hitting the line like probably 10, 12 times, right?
Well, they
Like
foul him less.
I mean that is true, but that's not. It's not like it's an
foul-
outlier.
How many free
Because
throws
most
did he
guards are
miss
shooting 90
3-point
and
plays?
above.
How many teams did he decimate just by getting fouled though?
No, I know. But before the Hack-a-Shack, you got to think about how many free throws he missed where it was like 3-point plays.
And how many games did it matter or affect?
Not many.
Exactly.
But his points would have been way more, and he probably would be way past Will. Or not Will, Kareem.
I mean, that's one thing he need to admit.
Oh.
That's where Kobe did help his ass.
Yeah.
Because when they got the hack in his ass, they take him out of the game, and Kobe would take
You know what
over
we
and give him the
definitely
lead.
need to wrap up on
and then
as
they
well?
couldn't hack him no more.
We never did our top 5.
Oh, we'll do that next episode.
Aww.
Yeah, that's a little late.
Okay, we'll do it if it's positionless or position as well. We'll do either or.
Both.
Both. We'll do both.
Yeah.
Do your homework, fellas.
Alright, look, my top 5 is already pretty much cemented in my brain.
Good for you. Mine
Positionless
is-
and with position?
Mm-hmm.
Mine is going to include future top 5s.
Ooh. Future top
Dave,
5s.
do this.
You better do some history and come up with some players that's been actually played.
Yeah, I
because if
will.
we get the arguments, I don't give a damn about future.
Shane
I
Battier,
need to
top 5 all day.
I'm definitely
shooters.
No.
fucking what's his name is not in my fucking
Pop-ups?
Cade's not in my fucking top 5.
Jason Williams.
Come on.
J. Will White
Top 5
Chocolate.
point guard.
Come on, baby.
That handles like nobody's business.
One of my
Please?
top 5 handles. I will give
Sacramento.
you that.
Top 5
Another
flashiest
Sacramento
players
guy.
is probably the only list he's on for me.
Hold,
I was about to say, I give him top 5 handles.
His flashiest. was
He had
so
the handles for
flashy.
sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out for the next one. So
yeah.
what we're gonna try to do is put the link in the comments that way you can go to the new place, subscribe at there, and we'll start doing the shows from there. I'll try to get this episode on there if possible, or at least I'll favorite it or do something. I don't fucking know.
Go Sub Smoke Jam, guys.
Like and
Smoke
subscribe,
Jam,
dudes.
Smoke Jam.
Gang, gang.